Not since the horrors of the Black Plague has our land seen such despair. Almost 2 millennia after Sigmar founded the Empire, the realm is fractured and broken. 3 rival factions claim the Imperial crown: Marienburg, Middenheim, and Reichland. Blur of power brings the armies of men against one another in a seemingly endless tide of battle. An island of peace in a sea of conflict, Mordheim drew wealth such as the city had never seen into its walls. But with its prosperity came the corruption of arrogance and hedonism and greed. The gods could not long abide the outrages of Mordheim's populace. In the heavens, an ill star appeared. A great twin-tailed comet that some priests warned was nothing less than the hammer of Sigmar. They preached tidings of doom and repentance, but their sermons were ignored. An attitude of rebellious revelry gripped the city as the comet grew ever nearer. The grand festival to celebrate the turn of the year was a mockery of the apocalyptic prophecies. It was then that the hammer fell. The fiery comet plowed through the city, gouging a deep crater in the midst of the poor quarter. The wondrous palace of Count Steinhard was broken, the grand amphitheater shattered, the vast great library blighted by a pall of ash. Fire and smoke decimated the populace, but worse awaited the survivors. A malignant corruption that brought with it mutation and madness, the vile taint of chaos. In the shattered city, strange green-black stones were discovered. Strange energies emanated from these shards. Warlocks and alchemists experimented with these word stones and soon determined that their uncanny properties could work wonders. Wordstone could heal the sick, regenerate the old, or even turn base metal to gold. Lust for Wordstone focused avaricious eyes upon ruined Mordheim. Treasure hunters descended upon the city, vying with both mutated horrors that claimed the ruins as their own, and crusading zealots who sought to prevent the taint from spreading. Inhuman creatures filtered into Mordheim, staking their own claims. An endless pilgrimage of the greedy and ambitious fighting and dying in a place now called the City of the Damned.
There you have it, guys. The greatest video game intro voiceover ever done. I love that so much. Yeah, so
who among you shall die today?
Probably many of us. Many of us will die today. So yeah, so if you're interested in this game, you can get it from Instant Gaming for like $1.30 or something. Highly recommend it. You get the Steam, you go to Instant Gaming, get the Steam key, then you go activate it on Steam. Don't buy it from Steam, it's just like 27 bucks Australian, but it's like $1.35 from Instant Gaming. So yeah, if they run out of Steam keys sometimes, if they run out, just request a new one. They'll get new ones in a few days. Hey Jesus, the City of the Damned will be ours for the Shadow Lord. Indeed. So yeah, we're gonna play Chaos today. Last time we did a Khorne, I think we did a Khorne themed Chaos playthrough. I was thinking this time we're just going to be like Chaos Undivided, so we can have like we can have different characters from all different, you know, backgrounds or whatever. Thanks so much for super chat, Jesus. You're a legend, by the way. So yeah, so I've got a bunch of warbands already. Got a few level 10 ones, and level 10 isn't like the end. Like once you get to level 10, you can still keep grinding to get like more enchantments unlocked, more experience, more renown, with more reputation with different factions. It unlocks other characters, and there's like, boom, it's so grindy. Like there's so much you can grind. But excuse me, but yeah, but starting new campaigns is always, you know, really fun as well. I was sort of saying, yeah, with the Empire factions, I kind of like to unlock all the different stuff. With the evil factions, I kind of like to just stick with the stuff that comes with that faction. But yeah, so we're not going to use any of our existing warbands. We're going to start a new one. They're all keen as fuck. Yeah, so in this game, you start off with Empire Mercs, Sisters of Sigmar, Chaos, and Skaven, and you can buy these two other DLC races. And once you've like as you play, you get all these like different achievements that give you like veteran points, and then you can use those veteran points to have perks. So then when you start a new warband again, you'll already have like these different advantages and stuff like that. So basically I've unlocked heaps of perks. So when I start a new warband, I get like extra gold and you know, all this extra stuff. And one of the things you get is that you can start off with your warband already at rank 5. So you know, if you always start at rank, once you like what I did was, as soon as I unlocked the ability to start at rank 5, with my first warband, I basically just started at rank 5 with all my other warbands and never actually played them from the start. Yeah, one thing I did recently was go back and play all of them from rank 0, and that was actually really fun. But obviously it takes longer to unlock everything that way. If you start at rank 5, you kind of already have everything unlocked. So today we're going to be playing as Chaos. And we're going to start at rank 5 just so we can have everything kind of unlocked to start with. All the different character classes, obviously there's still heaps of other stuff to unlock as well. But this gives us...
I can feel your ambition and your desire. I can see it rising from your tainted flesh, boiling up from your blackened soul. You are not content to merely be. You must know why. That is good. That is as it should be. Many are consumed by the power of chaos. It is only the select few who aspire to understand. You may call me Murga. I came to this place on behalf of the Purple Hand to discover the change that had been visited upon Mordheim. Do not listen to the Sigmarite fools. It was no judgment of their puny god that descended upon this city. It was the blessing of the dark gods we serve. They see only destruction, their minds yearning for what was and refusing to accept what is. We know better. We see not corruption, but liberation in the touch of our gods. What is chaos if not freedom? Freedom from the tyrannies of flesh and form, of spirit and soul. Escape from the lies we have been told to accept as reality. Since coming here, I have heard the whispers of the Shadow Lord. I have felt his glory surround me until my body was wrapped in his darkness. Behold the change worked upon me. Gaze upon the might of the dweller in the pit. Beside him, even the Purple Hand are but blind children. You have heard the Shadow Lord's call. You have cast aside the chains of morality and mercy, cut all the weakness of doubt from your mind. A greater calling beckons you, to serve the ruinous powers. Gather the Wordstone, return its darkness to the pit. By its malefic energies shall the Shadow Lord grow strong. Kill those who would dare to oppose you. Let them be offerings to Old Night. Glory and horror await you, the wonders and terrors of real truth, of chaos.
Mordheim, the City of Damned is the game about making the most of a dire situation. It's designed as a hardcore experience. The decisions you take while leading your warband are permanent, and your actions in combat may lead to irreversible injuries for your warriors. The campaign will end after the 4th time that you fail to deliver Wordstone shipment. Don't worry too much about that. You pretty much can't fail if you're playing normal rules. But yeah, basically... you don't have to worry about on the first day, but after the first day, your boss, which in our case is the Shadow Lord, aka Be'lakor, is going to request us to send him back Wordstone. So our warband basically sponsored by the Chaos Lord, who demands that we search the ruins of Mordheim for shards of the great warpstone comet that smashed Mordheim. Yeah, basically you go in here and you create a warband. So you have to have a leader. So this is our leader, and then you have to have at least 4 total guys to go into a battle. If you kind of know what you're doing, you won't really ever fail. You won't really ever die and lose the campaign or anything, but you can have your favorite guy get crippled and ruin the campaign for you, and ruin your warband. You have to kind of rebuild and stuff, and that can happen quite a bit. But yeah, so if you start off from the start, like if you just buy the game right now and you don't have rank 5 unlocked, your Warband will be rank 0, and what that means is you'll only have I think 4 or 5 character slots. So you just have your leader and like 4 other dudes, and you'll only have one of the different types of heroes available. So we've got actually these guys are DLC heroes, so if you buy the DLC, then you kind of have them as well. But assuming you don't have the DLC, then you get the Possessed, who's like he's basically a damage dealer. There is sort of some tank builds for him, but he's basically a damage dealer, and he's generally moves pretty fast. He's got 7 movement. The Marauder is kind of also a damage dealer, although he can get mutations that can make him quite tanky in melee. They're both melee specialists, and yeah, I know he can wear like medium armor, I think, whereas the Possessed can only wear like light armor cloth, basically no armor. Then you got the Mutant. The Mutant can wear heavy armor. And he can be a pretty good tank, although he doesn't have very high leadership, and he's not like unbreakable kind of thing. Whereas the Marauder has last stand, always fights to the death, prevents using of flee and retreat, immune to all alone. All alone is like when you're surrounded, you have to roll like a leadership test to see if you will run away. Yeah, so this guy's immune to that. So anyone that's immune to all alone kind of makes a good tank, but he doesn't have sort of. Yeah, this guy's kind of more potential to be tankier, but he doesn't have that high leadership, and he doesn't have immune to all alone. So yeah, I don't really like using them as tanks. They can also be good archers, high maximum ballistic skill. However, they can get mutations. So you can make him an archer, and then one of his arms could turn into a giant club, and then he won't be able to pull the bowstring back anymore. So yeah, so that would suck. Then you've got your normal troops. These are your brethren. That are they can go either way, but they're basically, you can build them as archers. They've got high ballistic skill, or you can build them as a melee guy. They're not very good at melee. Like they're not very good. Their weapon skill is kind of how their chance to hit, and also their chance to like parry. So they're not very good at like general weapon skill, 10 max, but they've got high accuracy, which is like your crit chance. So you could make some sort of a crit melee build with them maybe. They're yeah, I don't know, they're not that great, but they're whatever. Then you got your DLC heroes. I don't like to use other races' DLC heroes. So technically you can get the Skaven Poison Winged Globadier, which is a really cool hero, but I don't use Skaven with Chaos, but I use these guys because they're like a Chaos themed kind of hero. But anyway, so yeah, so if you're just starting out, you won't have access to all those guys. I think you just have one of the hero types. I think, can't remember whether it's not the Possessed, it's either the mutant or the Marauder that you start off with, I think. But yeah, anyway, later on you'll get the opportunity to hire hired swords, which are like already leveled up characters. And the kind of the trick with Chaos that's a little bit different from other factions is that because they have mutations, and you don't know what the mutation is going to be because they're random, they get a mutation at level 2 and level 5 and level 7, I think. Yeah, they get a mutation at level 2 or 3, then another one at level 5 and one at level 7. So the thing you can do with hired swords is you can hire a guy. So hired swords gives you like a randomly generated character, but they don't have any of their skills spent. Oh, it's rank 1, is it? Sorry, thanks, Simon. Where did it say that? Yeah, I always forget. Yeah, so does it say it on the character class? Yeah, rank 1, 4, and 7. Thanks, Salmon. Yeah, so they get a mutation at rank 1 and 4 and 7. So if you want to build like an archer, basically, you have to get him at rank 7 because you don't know, any one of those could be an arm mutation, which would ruin him as an archer. You know what I mean? But you can sort of get guys that are like level 1 or level 4. They might only have 1 or 2 mutations. But I'll talk more about it later. Actually, I'm feeling getting a bit bogged down. But yeah, basically, you don't want to invest too much in these guys when you don't know what mutations they're going to get, because they could get a really shit mutation. And especially as you get deeper into the campaign, especially once you play more and more, you start wanting to make like more like perfect characters, or like closer to perfect ones. So yeah, that's just a kind of an advanced tip, I guess, for Chaos is like, you don't necessarily have to spend all your points. Another thing that is that you don't need to field all of your characters at once as well. So I might, just to demonstrate what it might look like, does anyone remember which character you get to start off with? I think it's the mutant that you start, or maybe, I don't know, it might be the Marauder. I know, let's start off with the Marauder anyway. So you don't need to fill all of your slots, right? So we can just start off with, we'll just keep it simple, and we'll just start off with, we'll start off with like 4 guys, right? Five, what do we got? 5 guys? Yeah, we got 5 guys. Yeah, that's fine. And oh, maybe I'll just jump in and do it. So one thing, like if you're playing with a different warband, one thing to be aware of, I'll just quickly talk about, is that how many red pills you've got. So the 3 red pills, these what do you call that? Offensive points. That's like your attacks, right? Like it usually costs 2 red pills to do an attack. 3, it'll cost an extra one, like 3 if you want to charge or whatever. And when you do your second attack, it'll, if you've got a one-handed weapon, it'll be 2 for your first attack and then 2 for your second attack. If you've got a 2-handed weapon or you're dual wielding, it adds 1 point every time. So your first attack will be 2 points, your second will be 3, and your third will be 4. So basically, if you've got 3 points, then you can do 1 attack with the one-hander, or you can do 1 attack with the 2-hander, because the first attack still only costs 2, right? So basically, a good strategy a lot of people go for is kind of all-out offense at the start, because no one's really got good defense at the start. You don't have enough points, kind of thing. But yeah, so you basically just have everyone kind of go offensive and give everyone 2-handed weapons, and then you'll kind of hit really hard. So you guys will still die pretty easy, but you know, what can you do? Also, I've got a heap of extra gold, so you might not have as much gold when you start. But another thing you can do, which is kind of cool, is you can hire these guys. They only cost 15 gold, and then just immediately fire that guy, and then you've got a free 2-handed sword, a 2-handed axe that he had before I fired him, and then we can go in here and give that 2-handed axe to this guy. There's also a store that you can go into. There's also a store that you can go into, and there's some things. Oh wow, there's a purple mace. That's sick. All right, let's get that. All right, we got a purple mace, and there's no shields though. Some factions have shielded characters, so you can get a shield. That's okay. We'll like I said. Actually, he's a bit different because he's got more red pills because he's a hero. So we might actually keep him. There's no armor to buy. Oh, there's a blue armor. Cool. All right. Let's grab that. What other cool shit have they got in here? Oh, there's some light armor. All right, I might give this guy, yeah, he can't wear heavy armor, but we can give him a light armor. So basically you can parry, which is based on his weapon skill, or you can dodge. Light armor will reduce his dodge chance, but it'll make him have higher defensive damage reduction. Oh, blue helmet. Nice. All right, cool. Cows are the only ones who mutate, yep. But yeah, I won't. I might not worry about getting into and changing up their appearance too much at the moment. But yeah, you can actually go in here and look at their appearance, and you can like change their like beard color and stuff. Etc. And we can change his outfit. And you can change their names. Alright, this guy's Chisax the Reaver. Any faction you recommend as a first to try? The easiest would probably be, I'd say the Sisters of Sigmar are probably the most straightforward. Either Sisters of Sigmar or the Empire Mercs. They're like the Sisters are very brawly. Like they're just good at like just getting there and punching people in the face. And I recommend playing that way when you first start. The Sisters tend to have like, you know, a lot of characters with higher melee skill, heavy armor. And they're good at just getting in there and punching on. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated here, but oh yeah, the veteran system. So I was going to talk about this before. So there's probably too much information for people who are super new to the game, but I'll get into the combat and everything in a second. But yeah, once you unlock, you won't have any of these at the start if you just buy the game. But once you unlock different perks and stuff, so there's all these different achievements that you do. Once you unlock all those, you'll be able to choose different perks. So there's a few that I pretty much always go for. So this one, establish contact with a librarian. Each day there's a 10% chance to receive a free normal enchantment formula from this contact. So once you kind of get to the end game, the thing that you kind of want to keep unlocking is specific enchantments, so that you can perfect your character build to get like plus strength enchantment on your head, and you want like extra parry enchantment on your shield or whatever. You know, you don't actually want any of that stuff, but you know, like those bad examples. But like the the enchantments are kind of like an end game thing. But if you start collecting them like right from the start, then you kind of then you start like filling them up quicker, you know. Yeah, anyway, so 15% chance to receive a free normal or mastery enchantment, so you can get purple ones now. Then the other one I would go for is that I think that everyone should go for, probably even before that, I'd probably go for Explorer. Reduces the cost of scouts on mission by 10% and increases the chance to find the highest quality missions by 10%. So it basically just gives you like more chance of getting better missions that get better rewards. So more money, more wordstone, etc. Also, one more thing to mention is you can respec once. So you have one respec. So you can choose all these, and then if you don't like it later on, you can respec once, and you get one new respec every year, I think. So basically, you know, not anytime soon. So yeah. So like after you play like millions of missions, you get another respec. But basically, you just only have one respec, right? Unless you're playing like forever kind of thing. But the reason I mention that is because at the start of the game, the thing you need the most probably is money, but once you get to like late game, you don't really need money. Like money's not that important anymore, except for if you're playing as Chaos. Money is sort of more important the whole time, because of you want to do higher hired swords. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting too deep into it, but basically, yeah, with Chaos, because there's so much more advantage to hiring higher level characters because you know what mutations they've got. So you basically want to hire as many hired swords as you can all the time, so you can keep cycling through them faster, so you can get more chances to get the good ones. So yeah, so this is good for this is actually good for anyone when you're first starting out. If you want to like kind of power level, is this one, Renowned, reduces the chance of hiring new warriors by 10%. And if you upgrade it, it gets to be 20%. So yeah, so because we're going to be hiring hired swords all the time that are going to be really expensive, that like saves you a lot of money. But yeah, late game I'd probably spec out of that, but early game it's really good to get that. So you might want to get this early and then spec out of it later on, but for Chaos I probably would just never spec out of it at all. Good luck. I've played it insanely hard. I've tried it 50 times and always quit. Well, for those of you who are experienced, you don't need to listen to my advice. For those of you who aren't experienced, I'll give you some good tips about how to, you know, not quit, how to be successful and not quit. But yeah, anyway, so in terms of like always ones that I always take, another one that I always take is Oh, and this is another one that's good for cheap, like saving money, reducing the training cost. Again, it's probably like better in the early game, not so good in the late game. Yeah, this one, Negotiator, right? Gives you 1 extra day to fulfill wordstone requests. Like I said before, like you're not really going to fail. Like it says, oh, if you fail 4 times, then you're going to fail. It's like you're never going to even fail 1 time. So you don't have to worry about failing, losing the game really. But if you take Negotiator, it allows you to spend more points in the other, like not your main faction. Again, I don't know, explain later on, but it's kind of cool because it just lets you lets you spend more points not in your main faction, you know. But if you just want to spend all your points in your main faction, it's not as important. But even still, I'd probably, as my go-to 3, I would always take Librarian for the end game. I'd always take Explorer, like always take Explorer. Like that's the #1 best one that you should always get is Explorer, because the mission, the quality of the missions and the variety of the missions that you get is really important. Also, it makes it cheaper to cycle through more missions. Negotiator, yeah, gives you more time to do your missions, to do your deliveries, which will make more sense later on. And then after that, it's kind of more like, you know, dealer's choice kind of thing. If you're going to go for like all heavy armor, or you're going to go for all the gunpowder or something like that, sometimes I might go like contact gunsmith so I can get random guns dropped for me. But it's honestly not that big a deal. Like you don't really need to worry about it too much. One tip that somebody gave me is that you can loot weapons from enemy warbands, but you can't loot armor from enemy warbands. So, you know, so taking the armor ones, if you want a specific side of armor, mainly for your troops and stuff, that can be really good. Another tip though is if you're playing Skaven, it's really hard to get the two-handed weapon for their. It's really hard to get the two-handed weapons for them. Two-handed wristbands for them, so it's good to take Great Weaponsmith for them. I don't think that the Chaos spawn use that though. So each faction's got a big guy that you can hire, right? Melee armband. Yeah, so if you hire one of these guys, wait, let me just sell. I'll just confirm this. I'm just going to sell this guy again, right? Just so I can get his weapons. Now just hire another one. Yeah. So there's 2 of them. So for these armbands, they're like one-handed weapons. It's an armband on this arm and armband on this arm. If you're playing this Skaven, they have this special like wristbands that's like, it's like a great weapon. It's like both arms in one, and they're really rare. So basically, that's the only time I'd really take the weapon one if you're playing Skaven. But for us, it's not really that bad. Although I guess the armbands are kind of rare. Because you can only get them from other Chaos Warbands. So yeah, I guess we could do that. So just, you know, as an example, we'll go contact weaponsmith. Each day there's a 10% chance to get a free one-handed weapon from this contact. Warband rank increases the chance of receiving higher quality items. So you get that. There we go. So now we get a chance to get one-handed weapons, so slightly increase our chance to get armbands that we need. And then yeah, this is still more dealer's choice kind of stuff, but this one gives you a free consumable, which you can then sell as well if you want. Increase the selling price of items. Treatment costs. I wouldn't say treatment costs. I don't think is that big of a deal because you hopefully don't die that often. Oh, I like this. Increases the chance of a sale event during market rotation by 10%. I like this one because it's sort of a fun one. You have like special items show up, and you have like you can get these the merchant might pay more for certain items and stuff like that. No game title selected. Oh, okay. Thanks for that. I'll just fix that up. Yeah, I didn't grab it for some reason. All right, I think we've got enough of an intro now. Anyway, so you pick some veteran skills. If you're brand new, you won't have any veteran skills yet, so don't worry about it. If you've started a warband and you start earning some veteran points, the very first one you want to take is Explorer. Then get Explorer level 2, and then if you want to head towards start building towards your late game, get Librarian. But it's not really urgent. You know, Renowned or Negotiator are probably the other two main ones you want, or Negotiator is probably one you want, and Renown's good for saving money early game, I reckon, or one of the other ones that you think is going to save you money, basically, and then later on you can respec out of the money saving ones if you don't need them anymore. You have to do all these skills for this is for your warband. This is not for your leader. This is for your warband. So these are like campaign modifiers for the warband. So my actual characters are still level 0, so they don't have any actually, I might buy a greatsword as well. Yeah, my warband doesn't have any stuff yet. Okay, so yeah, that's good. We'll leave it with this. All right, so now once you're ready to go, you go into your campaign and you can choose a mission. So at the very first mission that you do right now, they're all just going to be normal missions. So normal difficulty, normal, one skull. There's 3 different types of missions. So this one, each one has a secondary condition, a secondary mission or whatever. And basically the secondary mission is going to give you, if you do it successfully, is going to give you heaps of extra experience, quite a bit of extra loot as well. And it's going to give you like lots of extra warband experience as well. So we need a new name for our warband. So what's our chaos warband going to be called? But anyway, yeah, so you get warband experience that levels you up to give you different perks and stuff, and then each character also gets their own unique experience as well. Where's my how do you forget how to change the name of my warband? Mercy's Madmen. Oh, there it is. Rename warband, yeah. Merciful Chosen, the Chosen, Chaos, something, Maelstrom. Servants of the Pit, Chosen of Madness, the Festival of Slaughter, I think there's no female characters, so we could be like the Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood. This mysteriousness. Excuse me. Shadow Dancer. Shadow Dancer sounds too elvish. Leader is female? No, that's not our leader. She's like our contact. She's like the go-between between our overlord and us. What about like a cult, like a secret cult, like the Society of Sophisticated Gentlemen or something? The Star Bearers, no, that's not good. The Iron Star, Secret Order of the Mad Mercy. The Order of the, no. No, I don't want to be a specific god. What's some good Chaos Warband names? Oh yeah, 40k names. Black Legion, Word Bearers, Iron Warriors. They're not really Iron Warriors though. The Blood Ravagers, Blood Serpents. Harbingers of Wrath. Oh yeah, Harbingers are pretty good. Yeah, Harbingers of something more crazy, madness or insanity. Harbingers of unreality. The Condemned. The Condemned is pretty good. The Doomed Legion. Harbingers of Doom. The Order of the Eight. I feel like, yeah, we're not really, we're too barbaric though to be an order. We're more like a band of barbarians. The Crow Legion. That sounds pretty good. The Dark Covenant. Oh, the Dark Sworn. All right, well, we call it the Divine Host because of our devout godliness. Chaos gods, obviously. All right, anyway, back to what I was saying before. So yeah, so there's 3 different mission types, and they give you a lot of experience. Like you want to succeed in the missions, basically. So this one is the hardest one to do, right? Crush their will. You've got to get all the way from one side of the map to the other side of the map, steal the enemy's flag, and then get it back to your side of the map again. So that one's the one you want to avoid doing if you ever can avoid doing it. Like just never take that one. Basically, it's generally always pretty bad. There's this one is where you've got to fight the enemy warband, and there'll be 1 or 2 of their characters that'll be marked, and you have to kill those particular characters and loot their bodies, and that gives you the extra experience. This one, there'll be wordstone scattered all around the map, warpstone, and you've got to basically collect more than 50% of it. So that one's usually the easiest one to do, especially if you have lots of characters. So in this particular one, we only got 5 characters because I didn't take my full roster. But yeah, the more characters that you have in your warband, the easier it is to collect all the wordstone, and especially if you're far away from each other. So if depending on the setup as well. So this one says one warband deploys tightly around its wagon, the other one's scattered around the place. This one says both warbands deploy tightly around their wagons, so that means you sort of separate from each other. If it says both of you are spread out and far away from each other, then that one's the easiest one to do. That's the easiest to do, this one. Yeah, so it depends on the mission type and stuff like that, but yeah. Anyway, I might just do this one because it's like, you know, just get in there. Oh yeah, so launch and deploy means that you get to choose which space that you guys go on. That's generally much safer. So if you're just starting out for the first time, highly recommend that you go for like launch and deploy. But if you're a bit of more of a veteran and you want a bit more excitement in your life, just press launch and it'll just randomly place you guys
discovered
for
a
you.
rival warband in the vicinity. These warriors are clustered around their wagon, making them a very attractive target. A new round has started.
All right, we're in. So we don't know who our enemies are just yet, but you can check by looking at their wagon. So the comet thing like that means that its sisters are Sigma, which are probably the worst one to face. Because like I was saying, the sisters Sigma are pretty strong at the moment at the early game because they brawl, right? So you can see in the top left-hand corner there, our target is to put the following warrior out of action: Faustina Quintus. So we basically want to try to avoid killing everybody and winning the game until we can get that particular character. Now, there's some loot that we want to collect as well. So every time you cross, so you got a certain amount of blue pills, they're called strategy points. Every time you cross this blue line, that uses up a point. So you can basically kind of move around in analog sort of, and just to get your just to collect your things. Yeah, basically, but you can also what do you call it? So we get here and we're like, oh no, I didn't make it where I wanted to go. So you can actually just run back over your pills and they get refunded to you. However, there's traps hidden all over the place, and if you run over a trap, then that will put a marker that you can't remove. So we can go in here, grab this. Now this guy's got the most movement out of, so in terms of tips about how not to cry and be sad, one tip is to stick together. Keep all you guys, move as a group, keep all you guys together all the time. So we're pretty far away from each other at the moment, I think. So I'm just gonna move this guy around to collect all this stuff because he's got the most movement. So it'll be the easiest for him to catch up to everybody. Whereas my henchmen, they don't have as much movement, so I'm just going to move them directly towards, you know, where we're trying to get to. So we know that the enemy is going to be down here. So I want to try and pick a good spot to fight them. So we might try and go through this way here. Hey, Caterbot, how you going, buddy? Oh, glad you could join us live, man. I'm not going to be on too long. I already streamed for a few hours earlier, but I'm just going to show off a mission or two, and then yeah, we'll get to it. But yeah, so one thing is always move together. Another thing that's really overpowered is camping. Like, keep all your dudes in a group, and then let them come to you. That way you're all together, and they're just coming in like one or two at a time, hopefully. So yes, really, if you're worried you're going to get wrecked, a really good thing to do is just run away from the enemy warband as far away as you can, and just keep all you guys together in a group, and then hopefully that'll give more opportunity for them to get spread out. Now, when you once you finish moving. Excuse me. Once you finish moving, you can put you guys in. You can either put in no stance if you've got no blue pills left, or you can put in ambush stance. That's cost 2 blue pills, which is the same as an attack. Basically, that means that anyone that moves within this red circle, he'll charge them. Yeah, these guys have got big two-handed axes, and they're good at charging basically, and they're good at ambushing because they do a lot of damage. So basically how there's like two-handed weapons have a kind of tiring effect. So the more times you swing, they do, like two-handers do the most damage, but the more times as you swing, the more the damage gets reduced. So it's particularly good on characters that only have one attack, or characters that charge to do extra damage on their first attack, because the first attack does more damage than other weapons, but their subsequent attacks do less. So these guys are quite good straight out of the gate. Also, they're immune to fear. They're immune to all alone and stuff. They can make good tanks later. But yeah, so in terms of actually playing the game, it's pretty straightforward. Just keep all your dudes together, turtle, let them come to you. That's kind of like the key kind of stuff. In terms of like the meta sort of strategy or whatever to like progress and not feel bad, one good thing is like pick a couple of characters and focus on leveling only those characters. Also, yeah, so if you've got blue pills left over, you can choose either dodge stance based on your agility, or parry, which is based on your weapon skill. But because he's got a two-handed axe, it's not a parry weapon. You got to have a sword or a halberd. So he's just going to dodge. Yeah, so basically, I'm just going to try and protect my leader and my marauder hero. And I'm not going to worry too much about my minions. My minions are the suicide troops whose only job is to protect their leader, basically. This guy's got more movement, so we can kind of use him as a bit of a scout. Oh yeah, a thing about the AI as well is the AI doesn't really know where you are until you get vision on them. As soon as they get vision on any of your characters, then they kind of know where you are and they'll just run towards you. So in this early part of the game, we can kind of just sneak around, try and like get as much wordstone as we can. Although honestly, the rewards are so low in this early part of the game that it's not even really worth worrying about. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because like I said, this guy is my most valuable guy. We're starting to get a little bit closer now to the chance that we might run into enemies. So I'm just going to sit back here and go into dodge stance. It's a 55% chance to dodge an attack if they happen to find me. Okay, see the red marker up the top there? That means we've spotted one of their guys, which means they've spotted us. So now they'll be coming for us. But yeah, basically, as you level up, you'll get experience, you'll be able to choose skills. But when you choose you'll be able to put stat points into your character as you level up. That doesn't cost you anything. But if you choose to learn a special skill, you have to actually pay to train, and also they have to sit out for multiple turns to do the training. So it's a lot of investment, both in time and in money. Here we go. There's one. So she's probably in ambush stance. We can try and trigger it, but no, I can't quite trigger it. Okay, I'm gonna sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, so in terms of the meta strategy, basically, once you level up, you can spend money to level up you guys, right, on skills. But if that's an investment, right? And then if that guy comes out and dies, then it's like, oh, you fucked up. You wasted all this time. You're leveling the guy and all that. You wasted the money. So basically, don't do that at the start. Just pick one or two guys and protect those guys and make sure they don't die, and only invest in those guys. With Chaos, you maybe don't even want to invest in anyone. You just want to go straight to hiring hired swords. But when you first start out, you probably want to invest at least a little bit in one or two characters. I'll talk later on about what skills are more efficient and stuff like that in terms of cost early on. But yeah, just like, I guess the main point I'm trying to say is leveling up all your characters and trying to train them all in skills and get them all like, that's not like really the most effective. And it's also like kind of going to be painful because dudes will die regularly all the time. And if you care about every single one and you've invested in every single one, that means your investment is going to be getting wasted, right? So yeah, just invest in like one dude or two dudes and keep those guys alive. All right, so I'm going to ambush here. So I'm blocking that doorway. So if someone comes through that door, we can pin them in the doorway. And if someone comes around the corner, we can pin them there. Love how punishing the game can be. You're a glutton for punishment. All right, now this guy. Now what I can do is intentionally take a charge from this woman here, So what I'm going to do is, she's probably an ambush chance, right? So you can kind of tell, like, if you look at them like this, see down the bottom, Isolde Falkerson, she's got 2 red pills spent out of her 1, and like red pills are attacks, right? So I know she didn't attack me because I haven't been hit. So she spent 2 red pills on something, probably on ambush, right? So she's an ambush. So normally I would not want to get hit by her ambush. In this situation, I kind of do. So what I'm going to do is just walk forward a little bit and try and get her to charge me. There we go. Bonk. All right, so I just got smashed, but that's okay. I've got hit points left, and now I can counterattack her, which I missed. But also, I've pulled her closer so that she'll hopefully be in range of my other characters, right? Yeah, I can't charge because it's too far away. That's all right. I'll just walk in. Boom, get wrecked. She just got crit. So if you get a crit, they also have to roll, you get extra damage. Also, it completely bypasses their armor, and they have a chance to get stunned. And since low-level characters don't have any stun resistance, they're just pretty much all going to get stunned. And if you get stunned, you then lose all your defenses, and everybody else can just smash you. Plus, you also get a open wound debuff, which makes you have like more chance to... Actually, what does it do again? Sorry, I was just looking at open wounds. Minus 10% melee and hit chance, and they have 5% extra injury chance after the battle. That's... Time to take your eyes. All right. So ideally what we want to do is have this guy kill this lady here, and then have her be gone, dead, and then we outnumber them, by 1, and then they just keep feeding themselves into us, and we keep taking them out. That would be ideal. Cheese Axe, the Slayer. Blap. Cool. So he gets 1 experience for getting a kill. The only bad thing is he's exposed, right? So Cheese Axe is... Well, I haven't invested much in him yet, or anything in him yet, but once we get him up a few levels, I'm not really going to want to leave him exposed like this, because he's going to be the first guy that they're going to charge. And at the moment, we don't really have any defenses.
A new round has started.
All right, I'm going to keep this guy because this guy's got a bit of potential damage, right? So I'm going to keep him. Oh yeah, sorry. Another little trick, another thing that we haven't really shown off is that is tiptoeing. I'll show it later. It's all right. But yeah, basically we'll so you see where that blue pill is there, like it basically. Like if you cross the circle, so like wherever I cross this circle, that's where the blue pill is, right? And that's where your movement's measured by. But if you go back to the blue pill, like, okay, so what am I trying to say? So every time you cross a circle, it puts down a blue pill, right? But like you have to move a fair distance off the blue pill before it actually like appears or whatever, right? See how I've got 2 blue pills gone, and then I can just move back to near it. There you go. I moved back near it, but you can see I was still like 1.5 meters away from it. I wasn't actually directly on it, and that's like recharge that blue pill back again, right? So then I can now delay. And then it cost me blue pill delay, but I've like snuck an extra 1.5 meters on top of my movement, and so yeah, you can do it a lot. You can cheese it a lot more than that, but I'll show it off more later. But basically, yeah, tiptoeing is a strategy where you can get a lot of extra movement. Hey, Hyperventilator, how you going, buddy? Fair enough. Okay, now... Now this guy is damaged already, right? So it's only the last hit point that really matters. As long as he doesn't get the last hit point, then he's not going to die. Yeah, we kind of want to make him like not be too exposed. So I'm going to hide him in here. That guy's also pretty damaged. Now, oh yeah, who is the one we need to kill? We need to kill Faustinia Quintus. And that is her right there. Okay, cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... This is the guy that I delayed earlier. I'm going to bring him around and get him to smash her. And then, see my blue pill's here, right? So what I'm going to do is, so my blue pill's here. So I've used 4, I've got 3 left, right? So what I can do is tiptoe over here a little bit till I get into range of that bag, right? And then I can open the bag, get the loot the thing. So that was the objective that I needed to. No, that was the wrong one. And that's okay. Anyway, but now see my blue pill's now here. Because I accessed that bag. It didn't cost me a blue pill to open the bag, but it moved my marker, right? So I can just move a little bit further over here. You move a fair bit. See there, it was too far. The blue pills come back. So I move back a little bit. There we go. So now I haven't used the blue pill. And then I can access this loot. And I'll switch those because I don't want that one.
Objective completed.
You can also loot their like weapons and stuff, shield and hammer and whatever. Now I want to go and kill her, right? But she's gonna charge me. I don't want to get charged, so I'm just gonna move as far as I can without wasting my blue pill. Then I'm just gonna delay a bit. Sorry to hear that, man. I'm suffering from some chronic pain myself. It's not fun. All right. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is, use this guy to eat the charge. And I'm gonna try and get a charge across that wooden board there, because the wooden board might be a trap. Oh, actually, another thing you can do is you can try and tiptoe. So. Actually, let me check her out. I think she's got heavy armor. Yeah, okay. So what I was going to do is take the charge intentionally from her so that she'd have no charge left. You can also try to just tiptoe closer and closer and then charge her. Even though you've got the same movement, you can just charge from just outside her charge range kind of thing. But in this case, she's got heavy armor on. She's only got 4 movement. That means that we can just walk up and just charge her, and she won't be able to charge me because she's not got enough movement. So there you go. Don't want to move too close because she'll be able to charge me if I get too close. But I can charge her from here. Boom, big hit. So if I had moved up to her and let her attack me first, she would have got a free hit on me. Oh shit. She's gonna beat the shit out of this dude. Alright, well that sucked. Okay. So I'm gonna move him in here. So he's kind of in the corner, so no one else can like gang up on me or anything. I'm gonna put the pound town on her. Oh yeah, he's got magic as well, but I don't recommend that you use magic at the start when you don't have any, like, there's certain skills that you can get that kind of like reduce the chances of magic backfiring and blowing you up, but you don't have any of that stuff at the start. Okay, so I want to basically reduce the. I want to outnumber them basically. So we're gonna stack up on this guy. I'm just going to come in here. So I could charge, but that would cost 3 red pills instead of 2. And my second attack is going to cost 1 more because I've got a 2-hander, right? So I'm just going to do a... Oh, actually, this guy's also got a special perk, which I forgot about. You can actually press spacebar and look at your skills. So, yeah, passive skills. So he's got Norse charge. After dealing damage with a charge attack, melee damage is increased by 20%, non-stackable. So... So yeah, so right now I don't want to do it because I will miss out on my second attack. But once I get an extra red pill or whatever, once you get a bit higher level, charging can be good. Swing and a miss. Boom. Alright. Yeah, she's dead. Now... we can tiptoe like this to get a bit closer. We can also loot her gear. It's basically worth nothing, that stuff, but that's alright. And then, yeah, so what I want to do here is I want to have 2 of my guys on her. So that means she has to roll a leadership test before she does anything to see if she gets scared because she's outnumbered. And, just so it's, you know, slightly lower chance that she'll hit us. And also I want to kind of pack him in.
A new round has started.
I want to kind of pack him in so there's less less space for characters to stack up on him. So yeah, so this is like a weird situation here because even though my marauder's right next to her, he's not actually in contact with her, only my leader is. So it's like I've got 2-on-1 on their leader, but I'm in a 1-on-1 fight against this guy. So I don't really like that too much. So I want to get some other characters in to help me kill her really fast. Look at this guy, he's got like 1 hit point left. Okay. Oh yeah, big crit. She passed the stun test though. She got a metal helmet on, that gives you a bit of extra stun resistance. Morning, Clock Monkey. Welcome. Okay, so this guy doesn't really want to get hit because he's only got 43 hit points left. However, I might actually just go for the leader because she goes earlier in the turn order than the other character. So if I can kill her before she gets her attack, that would be super awesome. Now I do want all of them to be outnumbered, like 2-to-1, because that way there's a chance that they won't attack at all. However, if I can kill them, that's even more of a chance that they won't attack at all, right? So yeah, I can either put this guy on the other character to tag her, so she'll be a 2-on-1, or I can try and kill this one she's already outnumbered, but I could try and kill her. Now she only got 30 hit points. My weapon does 42 to 50 damage, but she's got some damage resistance from her armor. I'm gonna walk in, so you can charge in. Does extra damage, but you get 50% extra damage, but you have 10% less chance to hit. I think I can kill her without charging, so boom. Nice. And we've got enough movement left over that I can also double team the other one as well. So you see how I moved a little bit there, and then my blue marker went here. And then I can get my blue marker back by moving close to it, but not on it. Then I can loot, pretend to loot again. Moves my blue marker even further over here. And then if I want to keep going, I can like move over here. Just go back a bit enough to recharge it, to refund it. Then pretend to loot again. And now I've moved like 2.5 meters away from my original starting spot. And yeah, using that every now and then can really help you get extra movement. All right, cool. So now she's got 2 stacked on her as well. But also, you can see up the top there, their morale, the little red bars, there's 6 out of 20. So their morale's fallen below their threshold. So whenever you go below your morale threshold, you have to roll a bottle test or a like a fleeing test, basically. But only your leader or another hero can roll it. So because they've got no, actually they might have. Do they have another hero? No, they don't have any heroes because we killed their hero and their leader. So they're going to order. Normally they would roll. They would roll to see if they pass their test, like the remaining characters' leadership. They would roll like a leadership test. But because they don't have any heroes left, they won't be able to roll. So they're just going to automatically fail. And then we win. Oh, they don't get to make the check until it's their turn though. So we can try to kill the last guy as well. Oh, damn it! That would have been cool if we'd wiped them out completely. So now's where they would roll a leadership test, but they're gonna automatically fail. Huzzah! Marauder has chicken feet, double face, and crusher arm. A building more on melee resistant and charge tagging. Yeah, nice. All right, cool. So, so basically we got bonus. We got 3 extra experience points for doing the secondary objective. And we got those items down the bottom there: the Mandrake Root, Amulet, and the extra formula of the extra enchantment formula. Plus, you get treasury is like what we picked up. So we picked up 2 fragments of Wordstone, and battleground victory means that you get a certain percentage of all of the loot in the entirety of the rest of the map, based on how many characters that you have, and I think the difficulty level. You can look this stuff up, but yeah, I think it's like you get like 5% of the loot per surviving character that you have in your warband or something like that. But it depends, like if you're on easy, it'll be like, it's like 4%, but if you're on like, you know, very hard, if you're on deadly or whatever, then it'll be like 6% or whatever. But yeah, but having like 10 guys means you'll get more stuff.
The Shadow Lord will reward you greatly for your skill and loyalty.
But yeah, Bellicor. Yep. So these are all our like bonuses we got. So we got what do you call it? We got 2 points for surviving the mission. So you always get 2 points for surviving the mission. Then we got 3 points for killing that other character and collecting the loot off them. Then we got 1 point for decisive victory, which I think is when if you kill the enemy and you also do the objective as well, then you get the extra point for decisive. And then this guy got 1 extra point for most valuable warrior because he also killed 2 guys and got 2 extra XP for that. So yeah, so if we hadn't have done the secondary objective, we wouldn't have got the 3 points for that, and we wouldn't have got the 1 point for the decisive either. So he would have only got 2, 3, 4, 5. He would have only got 5 points instead of 9 that he got, right? So it's a big difference in experience. Yeah. Plus the loot we got as well. All right, and then after the battle, you got to pay your troops. So you only have to pay the guys that actually fight on a mission. The ones that stay back at camp don't get any spoils. Oh yeah, we got a purple mace on like the first day, which is really lucky. If you start off as a warband rank 0 warband, you won't get like blues and shit like this. It's only if you start off as a rank 5 you get that stuff. Cool. And then basically we can just end the day, or you can go through and spend your XP and stuff if you want. So we've got a this is a rating 131, so this guy adds 131 to our total rating. If you go back to the Warband, like our total rating is 442. That's the cost of all of our guys put together. So you can like not spend these points, like if you don't have any reason to spend them, like then you don't, yeah, like I don't know, like for this guy, right, I guess I want him to maybe I want him to have 6 strength, so for every 3 strength you can loot 1 extra item. So I might want him to have a bit more strength so he can pick up more stuff, plus he does a little bit extra damage, right? And we might want him to have 1 more leadership so that he's got less chance of routing, and if you run away when you're surrounded, they get free attacks on you, and it's really bad. So we might do that, right? This guy, we're going to give him weapon skill, so he hits better, he hits easier. We don't really need leadership on him because he doesn't roll leadership tests. We could give him extra intelligence points so that he has more stun resist. In case he gets crit, that'll make him have less chance to get stunned. But, you know, it's not really that much of a big deal, really. So, you know, I might decide to skip that, you know. So I might want to get him towards being 9 toughness, so he can get resilient. But I might save this point and not actually spend that point yet, right? Save a little bit of his rating. So there's a passive that you can get in under toughness called Resilient. Gives you, when you get to 9 toughness, you can choose it. Gives you 10% extra crit resistance. So at the moment we've got 7% crit resistance. With that we'd have 17% crit resistance. So like, for example, with this weapon, actually I don't know if you can tell what your crit chance is. Is that your crit chance? 11%? Yeah. So you got 11% crit chance, and they've got like minus 15% crit resistance, so you basically never get crits, right? So yeah, so at the moment I've only got 7% crit resistance, so I can get crit by myself if I was attacking myself. So yeah, crit resistance is really good. Getting critted is really bad. So yeah, for this guy's career is going to be very short. He only exists to stop my other characters from dying. He's going to be thrown into the most suicidal situations, and like I don't expect him to live very long, right? So for him, I might just, I don't know, give him another point in strength so he can just hit harder, or I might just not even spend his points at all to keep him cheaper, you know, and yeah, like, yeah, I might just, let's say I won't even spend his points, right? So his rating is only 69. I might want to just keep him at 69 rating, just not spend his points at all. Yeah, all these guys have the same rating. Yeah, that's fine, right? This guy I'm not really going to use at the moment. He was for demonstration purposes. I might actually get rid of him so he's not, you know, taking up my space. Anyway, cool. So that's our warband, right? Now, if you want to be safer, like you can just like still keep only your 1 or 2 characters that you actually want, but bring in more ablative armor, right? Bring in more bodyguards. Yeah, so now we've got 5 henchmen, but we've still only got 2 heroes. So we want to keep these guys alive. We throw these guys under the bus if need be. All right, so you end the day.
New shipment request arrived.
All right, so our boss has just contacted us and said that we've got 13 days to give him 75 wordstone. So we've currently got 9 wordstone, so we're gonna have to work a little bit to get that. Now you can choose whether you want to send it to the Shadow Lord, your primary faction, or you can send it to these other secondary ones, and they all unlock different perks. So once we fill this up, we get 100 wordstone and fill this up all the way. We'll get number 1 unlocked. That gives us 1 additional day for wordstone requests, and we get 3 of these etheric focus items that are just useless trash, basically. And they also get added to the market rotation. So every time you get an item, it also starts showing up in the market, and some of the items you get later on are really good. Oh yeah, all wordstone requests are now paid at 60% of the market price. So I think at the start, correct me if I'm wrong, you get paid only 50%. So if I sell like if I send Wordstone right now to this guy, then I'll get the full value, right? So for that I'd get no. Yeah, for this I'd get 45 gold, right? But yeah, for this I only get 50%, right? So I guess that's the pay. That's the rate, yeah. So yeah, so I guess like 75 should really be like double that, but I only get 50%. So once you get this unlocked, then you get 60%. So basically, if you just put all your money, all your things into this one, then you get reputation. But also when they request Wordstone, you also get reputation. So you can unlock this faster and you get slightly more money. But it doesn't really work that way because you only get one of these requests every 13 days. And once you get into it, you'll be earning a lot more Wordstone than that potentially. So the 10%, 20%, whatever, it's not really a big deal. But also if you send Wordstone to one of them, it makes the other ones pay more. Like the more Wordstone you send to one of them and the higher your rep goes, the less that they pay, but the more that the other ones get starved for Wordstone and they'll pay more. So basically, if you're trying to get a lot of money, which is good early game, but not so good late game, then you just send it to whoever pays the most, right? At the moment, everyone's paying the same because we haven't sent anything to anyone. But if you want to get the most money, like as soon as this guy gets to rank 1, he'll start paying less and these guys will pay more. So then you start sending it to the other ones or whatever, you know? So yeah, and you can like be tricky with it, you know, because you could like get this guy up to rank 1, get this guy up to rank 1, and then this guy would be paying heaps then because he's a rank behind those guys, and then you can just save up like heaps of Wordstone and then dump it all on this guy and get a big payday, you know, or whatever. So you can do that kind of stuff if you want, but I don't really care that much about the money. I just care about the unlocks. So for me, like, I want to get this rank 7 Chaos Spawn and the rank 7 Magister. Especially the Magister doesn't have mutations, so it's not that big of a deal. But the rank 7 Chaos Spawn, it's a free rank 7 Chaos Spawn. He's going to come with 3 mutations already, so that's like really good, right? But that takes fucking ages to get to that, so you kind of almost don't even worry about it. We probably have already gone through like 3 or 4 spawns before we get that, but you know, these books that you unlock and these tomes and everything, you don't really know what they are right now, but when you get later on into the game, you'll understand that these help you basically make your character, like fine-tune your characters to be like get specific things. Like a leadership book, for example, allows you to have 3 higher maximum leadership. So it doesn't give you any points. It just allows your leadership to go 3 higher at maximum. So that can be important if you've got a character that you want to choose a skill for them that requires like 15 leadership, but they've only got a maximum of 12 leadership. So you take that makes their maximum 15, then you level them up, put 15 points into leadership, and then you can choose a perk or a skill that requires 15 leadership. So the books basically just let you, way later, they let you make like really specific builds for your characters that you might not be able to make. So they're really good. The other thing that if I'm playing as Empire characters, like if I'm playing as Sisters of Sigmar, Empire Mercs, or as Witch Hunters, I really like to mix and match their characters. So like for this guy, you can unlock a Dark Soul. we already can unlock Dark Souls, so that doesn't do anything for us. But when you get to max level, you can get a Night Runner or a Necromancer hero. And those are from other warbands, right? That's a Skaven hero and a Undead hero. And you can get them in your Chaos Warband once you unlock that. For this one, you can get Warp Guard, which are really good actually. If you want to get really tough tanking henchmen, the Warp Guard can be really good. But I really like the Dark Souls for tanks as well. And you get a mutant later on. We already have mutants, so that doesn't help us. But yeah, so when I'm playing Empire, like I go for the Witch Hunter one that gives you the Warrior Priest, because I really like having Warrior Priest with all my other warbands. And I just put all my points into the one that gives me Warrior Priest, and even if it's not very lucrative. But for just general use, you probably just early on you just want to go for whatever's going to give you the most money. Later on, you don't care about the money too much. Anyway, all right. So day 2. Now I think we can get. So these just are all normal. Normal. Maybe it's not till day 3, I thought. No, they're all normal. It might not be till day 3 that you can actually get higher ones. So once you get a few days into it, you can start getting like very hard, like dangerous ones and like deadly ones and stuff, like much harder ones. Okay, so this one's a good one, right? So see how it says each warband deploys in a wide arc from their wagon, far from each other. So that means that we're going to be far away from each other. We're going to have a lot of time to run around the map before we meet each other. And then also it's a wordstone rush one. So we win the game if we collect more wordstone than them. So the fact that we need to collect wordstone and we're far away, so we've got more time to collect wordstone, you know, they both work together to be good. Both warbands scattered around randomly, that sucks. You want to be able to stack up all you guys together and like kill them one at a time. You don't want to be all mixed up together in their warband. That's going to fuck you up. One warband deploys tightly, the other scattered randomly. That one's not too bad. It's better than this one because you're not all mixed together with each other. At least you know one of the warband's going to be in a tight group. If that's you, then that means you get a big advantage. But if it's them and your guys are scattered all around, at least you know that all their guys are in a tight group together, so you kind of know where they are. This one warband's caught exploring the building, or the other divides into 3 strike teams. That one's kind of bad. It can be bad either way. Like if you're caught inside the building and then they are all around you, that can suck, especially if you're a ranged warband. If they're inside the building and you're divided into 3 separate groups, that can also suck if they just come out and like beeline one of your groups. Yeah, those ones all suck. This one's the safest. That's the safest type that you can get, and it also works really well with Wordstone Rush, so we've got more chance of winning the game. Again, launch and deploy is safer, but in this one it doesn't really matter because we're so far away from each other, and it doesn't even matter. But launch mission gets you playing a bit faster as well.
Have reported a rival warband in the vicinity. Before you can find them, a heavy fog settles over the ruins. Unable to pick up the enemy's trail, your warriors deploy from their wagon and spread out to sweep the area in search of your foe.
Nice.
A new round has started.
Huzzah. Yeah, this guy's fast. That's why. So this guy always starts because he's only got one hand weapon, and he's got light armor, so he's really quick. All right, so the wordstones are all scattered around the place. It's chaos versus chaos. It's rival chaos warband. All right, so normally in this sort of situation, what I do is I sort of pick a location where I want to sort of start out. So they don't have much warpstone on their side. Most of the warpstones are either in the middle or kind of over towards this side. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try to rush up here with my fast guys and then try to go kind of over here with my slow guys. All right, so you can press the middle mouse to get this map, top-down map, and then you can left click to put little highlight markers that'll show you where you want to go. And then you'll be able to see these like highlights on the map. You can also tell by north, south, east, west. You can also tell your compass directions. Okay, so this guy's got the most movement, so he can. Oh fuck! It's up on the roof. It's up on the roof. Can we see? Oh yeah. So it's just a fragment, so it's not really worth that much. Screw it. I might grab it anyway. Just so we can make sure that we're going to win this. We're going to win this secondary objective. So we go here and jump up. using my amazing athletic abilities. Huzzah. Always find chaos versus chaos sort of poetic, yeah. The ones where you Warband start scattered are dangerous, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely are. So we haven't spotted any of them yet. So they're just, so currently they'll just be like search patterning, kind of wandering around trying to find wordstone and stuff. But as soon as they see us, then they'll just beeline straight for us. So another strategy is to try to sort of skirt around the outside of things so that they don't see you. So then you've got more time to find the wordstone. A sad occasion is always when your magister of high rank gets struck down by an unlucky peppy hands. Yeah. I basically just don't even use magic for the first part of the game, because you tend to blow up all the time, and yeah. Although, actually, you can't die. You can't die or get permanent. You can't get a permanent injury from blowing yourself up, can you? Okay, so this guy's one of my slower guys. So he wants to run. He wants to go for like there. Okay, that's a cluster, so that's worth 15 wordstone. The fragment that my magister went up to get is worth 1. This one's worth 15. So we really want to get that. I love this game. It's got so much atmosphere. This is our chaos wagon. You can actually loot the enemy's wagons as well. I love these guys, the Dark Souls. This is like psycho thugs with giant axes. They're just zealot fanatics that fear nothing. So I put him there. When he comes next turn, his circle will go around the corner. So I'll be able to basically run straight through this wall. This guy's got a little bit extra movement, but he's kind of furthest away from everybody. See, if I'd been able to choose where I was going to put my guys, I might not have put him like super far away. Depends. Sometimes I put my fast guys at the back so that they can catch up to everyone. Sometimes I put my fast guys at the front so they can fuck around zigzagging all over the place and still be able to keep up. And yeah, you can kind of like move through the buildings like that, so you make the most use of your movement points. So yeah, so if I can move like here, this is on the way around the corner, but actually because of the size of this movement circle, if I go there, that's actually closer to going that direction. So you can sort of back out, run around.
A new round has started.
Okay, so what I want to do here, if I can, is try and tiptoe over here without using a blue pill. Nah, it's not going to give it to me. Oh no, we got it. So I picked up. I didn't.
Objectives updated.
So being really careful movement is super valuable in this game. Like, because just then I picked up that without using any blue pills, right? And then I'm going to try and tiptoe back over here. If I can. Yep, and then I jumped down without using any blue pills, right? I made it over there to there, and I got back. So if I didn't move carefully, I could have used a blue pill to get that, which was like 1 centimeter away, and then another blue pill to come back again. But by just like tiptoeing, then you can actually get there and back without using any blue pills. Costs 1 to jump down, but yeah. All right, now I want to grab. Now there's this 15 wordstone cluster here. Now I want to, because I'm gonna. This guy is my leader who I'm gonna protect, and I don't want him to ever die. That guy is a suicide trooper, so either one can carry it. But I want this guy to carry it because I'm more likely to keep this guy alive, whereas that guy is gonna be potentially have to be thrown under the bus to keep his betters alive. Now, there's. I think that's a shard. It might be a cluster. No. I'll leave this guy here. Okay, we still haven't spotted anyone, so we've still got time. I feel like in this game, like, just everything always looks like a screenshot. Like, it looks like a screenshot from every direction, I feel like. Shadow cascades. Oh, you've got Old Realms working? Glad, Silent. It's really fun. I was down to play some Old Realms today, but I've been missing my Mordheim, so I thought I'd get into it. Pretty old game, but the graphics are really cool. I really like the graphics, and like the art style is so like perfect for Warhammer, I think. And it's a combination of like really scary and horrific, but also kind of gawpy and like lo-fi, you know, like a lot of the guys look like ramshackle and kind of thrown together. Then these aren't like, you know, it's not like Volkmar and Kalfrans and Archaon, you know, these are just like some like random thugs, random scum, you know. All right. Yeah, I want to get into the middle and sort of just kind of claim the territory here, I guess. Skaven are fun, yeah. So I'm trying to keep these guys all together, so I've got a big presence in the middle. Still haven't
Objectives updated. Objectives updated.
All right, I'm not going to put him in ambush stance because this guy's our most front guy, and if they come and they get into his charge range and he charges them, then that'll pull him further away from the rest of my squad. So I'm going to just leave him not in ambush. That way they'll have to charge him and they'll have to come closer to my other guys. Trap. So yeah, if you run over a trap like that, then it puts a blue dot where the trap was, even if that wasn't where you want it to be. Luckily this one was close enough that we can tiptoe onto this. And I can even like kind of get some extra movement towards catching up to my guys by kind of moving over here a bit. And then just move exactly where you want to be. Yeah, I don't usually tiptoe every little thing like that. It's a bit tedious, but it can be really useful, you know, if you really need to get somewhere or really need to get into combat or catch up with you guys or something. I'm kind of tempted to send this guy over here to quickly grab this stuff and run back, but like he could, being separated like this, he could run into the enemy warband, you know, or the enemy warband could come in here and then he'd be far away. I know, I'm going to risk it.
A new round has started.
Excuse me. Mordheim's a great game. You can always say check your inventory, press spacebar and check your inventory. So we've got one slot left. Now I put a marker on that one that's inside this building. If that door was open, then we'd be able to go in and grab it, but the door is not open. So that's not very useful. We need 3 more pieces of wordstone to win the game. Okay, this one's upstairs, looks like. So as long as you can move as much as you want vertically, as long as you kind of stay in the. See, this is not quite. No, so we can't quite make it. If I could get back down again. No, now I can't get back down. I'm stuck. That's all right. Oh, it's a cluster.
Objectives updated.
Nice. Well, I guess that was kind of worth it. But yeah, now I don't really like how far away my Magister is from my Marauder. Like we're you know, so if we get caught out, actually I might do a charge ambush dance because if anyone comes up that staircase, I'll be able to like nail them with a charge. And like if 2 guys come up that staircase, and they'll wreck me. But if I pin the guy that comes up the staircase with a charge, then it's only 1v1. And because my guy's pretty powerful comparatively, you know, I'll be able to hold that. Yeah, so back to that metagaming thing I was talking about before. So, you know, like I said, you don't want to invest. There's two parts to it, right? The one part is the investment thing. You don't want to invest in guys that are going to die, and guys are going to die. Every battle or two, you probably lose some guys. Sometimes you lose all your guys, you know. So guys are going to die. So you don't want to invest in guys that are going to die. So just invest in one or two characters early, and then protect them with your other guys, and just treat your other guys like suicide troops. Don't bother leveling your other guys up. Just, you know, just work on a couple of guys, and then later, once you've got those two guys kind of leveled up quite a bit, then you can have a third guy maybe and only care about those three guys, and you know, so forth. But always keep some, you know, suicide troops, I guess, basically. The other part of it is that the AI will have the same amount of levels and the same rating as you. So but not all characters are equal, right? So if you have your leader and one hero, both of them level 10, they'll have 9 red pills. So they'll be able to attack like 3 or 4 times, and they'll do heaps of damage, and they'll have heaps of hit points, and you know, blah blah. They'll have lots of perks and shit. And then you have the rest of your characters all level 0, right? So you have 2 level 10 characters and 8 level 0 characters. The AI will have the same average level, but they won't have them like that. They'll have it like balanced out. So they'll have like 10 level 3 guys, right? And their 10 level 3 guys will all be shit, and your 2 level 10 guys will be able to rip through them like really easily, you know? So basically, the more of a disparity that you have, the more advantage that you have, basically. Because the AI will spread its levels amongst all of its shitty henchmen, whereas you can just focus all your levels into your heroes. So it's kind of like a bit of an exploit, but yeah. On the other hand, if you're more experienced and you want it to be more challenging, then don't do that, because that makes it easier, right? But yeah, if you're starting out, then that's a really good way to make the game easier, is just by focus on 1 or 2 characters, 1 or 2 heroes, and don't level up your henchmen. And the AI will level up their henchmen, and so then you'll have an advantage. But once you get into the game more and more, like, you actually like dying is fun. It's hard to, it doesn't make any sense, but like once you get into it more, you tend to more want it to be more dangerous and psych and crazy. I reckon, anyway. And yeah, so you might want to not do that, basically. All right, I don't think I want to go up here. We're getting too close to wherever they might be. Like I said, we want to focus. We want to stack up all of our strength in one place. So I'm going to start grouping up now. Got to roll with the punches in Mordheim. Yeah.
Updated.
Hey, Mordheim, welcome. So yeah, so like, it counts everything towards your rating. So you can put like, what you can also, all of you guys have 2 different weapon setups, right? So you can actually fill up your secondary slots with additional weapons, and those weapons have ratings. So instead of just having 1 2-handed axe, I could have like another 2-handed axe as well, but you know, just for no reason. And that'll raise my rating, which will make the enemy more powerful. So if you want to make the enemies more powerful, you can just have extra weapons. Or if you want to make the enemies weaker, like, don't have alternate weapons, because that gives you extra, that makes your rating go higher. But also, if you want the enemies to drop more gear, drop more loot, then if you stack up all your guys with heaps of purples and shit, then they'll have higher rating, and they'll be more likely to have more purples and stuff as well. So it's sort of, yeah, it's a weird like mirror system that it's got. You can sort of manipulate it in different ways. All right, so we want to get everyone over here and stack up near in the Marauder. These first couple of missions are both are like on a normal difficulty, like the easy difficulty, so it's not too dangerous. But I think after this mission we'll be able to start doing the hard ones. So you get like deadly ones. Deadly means that the AI has like, I think 50% extra hit points, and is it 50% or 45%? Also, the AI likes to beeline for your weakest link. It's a good way to set up traps. Yeah, I don't really, yeah, I guess I don't really think of it in terms of traps. I think about it more in terms, I always think about it in terms of protecting my weakest characters, you know? But yeah, that's a good call. Another guy told me, like one thing that he does is that he just has one like really low weak character and he makes that character like run away to the other side of the map. And then so that the AI like chases him and then he just goes and like loots everything and stuff.
Objective completed.
I've never actually tried that, but yeah, it sounds like another cool, you know, cool usage of that kind of technique.
A new round has started.
Oh, he spotted him. All right, they know where we are now. I can't see what he's looking at. Oh yeah. Bonk. Hit me again, I dare you. Nah. Ooh, that was a good hit. What was that? Oh, Wordstone. Wordstone curse. Alright. So I'm gonna go there just to put my... Okay, we've got 8 Wordstone, so we're good. That works, but the AI has to spot that character to follow, and they can't be Skaven. They always catch up. Oh, I heard that they don't have to actually see that character. Somebody told me that if they can see any of your characters, then they can see all of your characters. But it's like as soon as they spot one of your characters, they just know where everyone is. But I don't know. Maybe that's not true, but yeah, that's what I was told. All right, so yeah, so this is where we're stacking up. So you can see I've got 2 guys here, 3 guys coming in. These 2 guys are too far away, so a little bit out of position. But hopefully the AI is way more out of position, so they won't punish us too much. Now I'm not going to put this guy in ambush because if they've got a straggler coming behind, I don't want to be pulled further away from my squad. Love seeing Mordheim. Originally found you from your Necromunda videos. It's crazy how much extra value added to that game for me. Cheers. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for the super chat. I'll name one of my Chaos Beast Warriors after you. And yeah, really, thanks for the message. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love. I did enjoy Necromunda, but yeah, I love Mordheim way more. I don't know why. Just I don't know. It's just yes. Okay, so this guy standing right there is in ambush stance. I would imagine. Yeah, see, he's got 2 red pills missing, so he's in ambush stance. So if I move off this blue pill that I'm on, then he'll attack me. But a cool thing is that you can move. You can move a little bit, but not get off the blue pill. So like if I move a little bit like this, right, I might be able to get into range of this guy's loot if I'm lucky. If he's too far away, it might not work. Oh yeah, okay. So now we loot, right, and then we can tiptoe. So normally if I moved when I'm in range of this guy, then he would charge me, right? But it doesn't count unless you move off the blue pill. So see, the blue pill didn't actually appear behind me. So I can like move a little bit more. Yep. And then I can loot again. And then I can just keep doing it, right? Move a bit more. And then do it again. So he still isn't charging me, right? Even though I keep moving because I haven't got off my blue pill. Now move a bit more. Move my blue pill to here. And the reason why I did that is because now I can just move right into melee with him and he didn't get to charge me at all. So yeah, so that means that he's now pinned, so my next dude can just walk up and smash him and he won't get to charge me. Now I want to help that guy, but my marauder is more valuable, so I want to make sure that we help the marauder. I could charge, but lap. Get wrecked, son. Yeah, I didn't really want to get the experience on him, but it's okay. All right. Yeah, I'll charge this guy as well. Boom. Yeah, good thing is because he's in ambush stance, he doesn't have a defensive stance on. He can't parry or anything. If he had have gone into parry stance, then he wouldn't be able to charge me, but he would have more defense. So kind of by tiptoeing in there, we basically like, you know, he doesn't have any defense because he chose to ambush, but because we tiptoed in, he doesn't get his ambush anyway. So it's kind of like, yeah, pretty cool. Mordheim's glorious return, indeed, indeed. Maybe I didn't move the best way I possibly could have. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh wow. Sometimes there's like these weird little glitchy spots in the map, and if you move over them, you kind of teleport to other places, which is pretty weird, but yeah. I think there's one just here. Oh, no, there is. Okay, so we can get a charge here, I think. Oh, we don't need to charge. So charging does 50% extra damage. So you see 60 to 71, but it gives you minus 10% chance to hit. But since we don't need the extra damage, we'll just walk in. More chance to hit. And we get the reliable hit. So there, you can see they're 24 over 23. So if they lose 1 point of leadership, sorry, what's it called? You know, whatever. If they lose 1 more point, then they'll have a chance to rout. Morale, yes. Sorry, my brain wouldn't think for a second. I don't really need these extra wordstone pieces to win the game, but I'll just grab some more so that if one of our guys goes down, then they're about to release 2 more warbands, dwarfs and orcs. Oh, really? What do you mean by about to? Like, that was the next one they were working on or whatever? Because I don't think there's no orcs or dwarfs like in the game files or anything. Otherwise, I imagine modders would have, you know, got it out of there. Oh, you can't drop items on the ground, by the way. You can only They're working on it to release as DLC, much like Undead Witches. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, when they say working on it, I'm guessing it wasn't very close to release. Otherwise, you know, yeah, it's early in development, yeah. So yeah, I don't think they were just about to release it, you know. But yeah, maybe it was the next thing to come out. But yeah, Orcs and Dwarfs would have been sweet. Okay, might yeah, might get this guy over here, just so that he's got a fair few hit points left.
A new round has started.
Now that's their hero up there. All right, I might. Yeah, so they've got a character up there. 49. Yeah, so it's gonna be me, then that guy, then another guy. I'm just gonna move. Like I don't want to chase after him. So I'm gonna move to here, and then I'm gonna wait. Hey Jared, have to crash soon. Starting a new Skaven Warband when I wake up. Thanks to you. Thanks for the long stream today. God bless, man. Thanks Jared. Appreciate it, man. I'll name one of my Chaos dudes Jared Drusher in your honor. He'll probably die immediately, but that's where the glory comes from. Oh shit! What happened? He just shoot me with an arrow. What a massive douchebag. Right. So this guy's got his bow out. Thinks it's a bow fight. Yeah, so this was one of the reasons I was suggesting that you want to play sisters, or somebody, or just doesn't have to play sisters, but I highly recommend you go full melee at the start. Like I think my first warband I went full gunpowder because I just thought it was cool, like Empire full gunpowder. And you'll probably do the same thing because it sounds really cool. But yeah, I think it's best to go full melee. Like even if you have like ranged characters, like give them a melee weapon as well, and you know, and expect to put them into melee, because you want to outnumber the enemy. Like in every melee engagement, you want to you want to have local numerical superiority. So you know, ideally you want like one or two of their guys to come in your entire warband to kill one or two guys, and you have like multiple guys stacked up. But even if it's like a even fight, like if you both run into each other, you know, if you can like have one of your tanks like tank a couple of their guys or something, if he's a reliable tank, so that you can have outnumbered the rest of them or whatever, you know, blah blah. Basically whatever the situation is, you want to try and have local superiority. If you have one of your guys as an archer, like archers, range guys can be really good, but every guy that you don't have on your melee front line means that you're more likely to be outnumbered by them, or you're less able to outnumber them, you know. So I feel like especially when you first start playing, it's just better to have as many dudes as you can on the melee front line so that you can figure out how to maneuver and outnumber your enemies and stuff. That's just, I mean, you know, take it as you will. That's just a bit of advice from me anyway. All right, I'm gonna try and get a nice charge on this guy. I'm just gonna try and make room so that all the rest of my guys can get in and smash on this guy. I missed through the first hit, but I used up his dodge. So now my other guys can just get in there and smash. All lone checks, yeah, all lone checks are really good, especially in the early game when everyone's got low morale, low leadership. Ah, fuck, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, yes, he missed, thank fuck. So normally I wouldn't put my leader in that position because that could happen. You know, now my leader's there getting 2-on-1, he can't get away, it's all fucked. But luckily all we have to do is kill this one dude and then the game is over and we win. I'm just gonna... That sucked. I'm just going to leave this guy out here as security. So if they've got more guys and they kind of run around behind us or something, then this guy will just be here in ambush stance to pick them up. So he's just like, anything that comes through this zone, they're going to be forced to attack this guy. Either he's going to charge them or they're going to charge him. Alright, beautiful. So we just won. So, well, they've now got low enough morale that they can potentially lose, but they've still got a hero left, so they can roll. They can still roll a morale check and still theoretically win. I might just try to go the other side first. No, I can't get in there. So there's a little gap there, but we can't quite get to it. All right, I'm going to put this guy in here. So at least he's not going to be able to kill him in one shot, but at least now that guy's got 2 targets, so there's a 50% chance he might attack. He might attack this guy instead of my leader. Now, I really want that guy dead, so he's not killing my leader. I don't think I've got enough movement to be able to get around the other side. Yeah, we can't get around there. So if we had a ranged attack or something, we could shoot him, but we don't. Can't get around that way either. Alright, we can try to run away this way. Alright, well, it looks like our leader is just going to have to fight that guy. Hopefully they're probably going to rout anyway, so we don't have to worry, but...
A new round has started.
Nice. Alright, cool. I didn't like him being exposed like that. I'll put him back here in the middle of our squad. Brutal is when the game gets interesting with a chance of demons. But yeah, I know. I want to do a brutal mission so I can show that. Cool. So that guy could have got into our sweet underbelly of our heroes, but he got picked up by this this staunch defender of chaos. Did his job well. There's no rattling guns, but there is poison. There is poison wind globadiers. Is there any more loot or anything we should grab? I'm pretty sure they're going to fail their morale check. We can't reach anything. That's fine. Okay, so if you want to delay, let me just start with. Yeah, so if you want to delay, first of all, tiptoe a little bit towards where you'd want to go, and then when you delay, you'll go 3 initiative slots later. So I'm going to go after my Marauder. So I'm going to give Marauder a chance to kill the guy, and if he doesn't, then this guy can kill him instead. And yeah, same with this guy. Move him up to here. Delay. But yeah, I really want to give the XP to the Marauder if we can. Now you see the Marauders there, and the other 3 guys are all after him. Crunch, 1 more XP for him. Oh yeah, if you get their morale down to 0, then they automatically rout. So they still had a guy left, I think. Oh, we just got a purple formula. Sweet.
Your ruthless ambition serves you well. The
sec.
Shadow Lord will reward you greatly for your skill and loyalty.
All right.
Nice progress. A very dark reward. Fantastic.
Oh, he got his mutation. Clawed Feet. Yeah, Clawed Feet's a nice one. Gives you heaps of extra movement.
Nice progress.
And reach out and assert your will.
The gods are with you. Outstanding.
It's a good mutation, yeah. Formula of True Grit. I don't know if that's a very good one, but that's alright. Alright. So we've now got 85 wordstones, still not enough to do. Oh, yeah, no, we've got enough to do our thing now, right? So now we can So we can just do 75, or we could do the extra bit as well. I'm not sure if I'm really going for anything in particular. Like I said, I wouldn't mind getting the sport rank 7 spawn, but a long time away. I'll probably have gone through 3 or 4 spawn before we get to that. So it's not really something worth worried about. Books of training I think can be pretty important, but I'm not really sure what I want out of my books of training. Yeah, I might just I'll send the 75 for now. Actually, maybe I'll send it all to them. So we may as well get this up to 1 rank so I can show you the difference. But yeah, get up to rank 1. Excuse me. But yeah, like, I don't know, I guess, like, I'm trying to think of, so like just for this guy, right? You know, I don't know, I can't really think of what build I want to do with him yet, but just say we want to make him a killer, right? We just want him to have as much damage and crit as he can get, right? Then, like, well, actually, you can look, yeah, I don't know. Again, I feel like it's probably like too much information for new people, and the people who are, you know, not new, like, don't need to be told. So it's like, you know, two-handed berserker sounds nice. Yeah. I usually go dual wield on my killers, but yeah, two-handed is good for charging for sure. Yeah, so I was just going to show you guys the character planner. Once you get into it a bit more, you probably will want to use the character planner. It's called pyrospace.co.uk at Mordheim /Mordheim. I'll put a link in the chat there. There is another one that's like similar profile, but it's wrong. So yeah, just make sure you got the one that's not wrong, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, so we go Marauder, right? And you can basically spend so once you get Marauder at rank 10 will have 17 physical points. So we could go like 16 points into strength, and then 6 points into toughness, so we can get resilient, and then we've got 4 points left over that we could put into agility, right? But like, we might want to make him a parry tank, like give him a sword and an axe and he parries, and he doesn't use agility really, so I don't want to put those points in agility, so I want to put them in strength so he can do more damage. So so what I can do is, once I get the books unlocked, I can get a book of strength, and then his max strength will be 19. So then I can put those 3 points in there and make him, 19 strength, you know? You know, that might be what you want to do. Or, you know, you might want to get a certain skill that requires 15 leadership. So if you go into active skills, like a really good skill to get for these guys is attracting lure, because like for the Marauder, for example, the Marauder can't disengage, but you can use this to make enemies disengage from him. It only requires 9 intelligence though, so he can already get that. You might want to give him like intimidate, say. No, you would like, I'm not recommending that you give him intimidate, but just say you say you want to give him intimidate, right? Intimidate for mastery level requires 15 leadership. So my leadership's only 12, right? So then I could put that instead of a book of strength, I could do a book of leadership, and then at a 15 maximum leadership, and I could put that in there, and then I could get this intimidate. Target must be engaged with the user. The target makes the leadership test, and you know, is forced to flee, providing a free attack to anyone, blah blah. But yeah, attracting lure is a special ability that Chaos gets that gives you it gives you forces enemies to flee, but there's a leadership penalty is 15%. So this one gives you a bonus. The intimidate gives them a bonus for the leadership check, whereas attracting lure makes them get the leadership check, makes them have a penalty to their leadership test, and if they don't, they run away. But anyway, if they run away, then you get a free attack, and anyone else that's in melee with them also gets a free attack. And it only costs 2 red pills, so you have to basically, normally you would miss out on an attack to do that, right? But just say you charged or something, so you used an extra red pill to charge. That means you're gonna have 1 less attack, maybe, depending on how many red pills you got. Then you might have some extra red pills left over, but not enough to do another attack. So then attracting lure can, potentially give you a free attack if it succeeds. Also, if it's on a character like a marauder that can't break combat, and you want to break combat to attack another character or get away or something, then you can use this to make the enemies flee. So yeah, attracting lure, special chaos thing, really good. Definitely want to get that on a few of my characters. But anyway, but yeah, so I'm not really sure what books, if any, I really want to get. I think the Marauder's pretty much got good stats for what you want him to have. The Magister... Oh yeah, the Magisters might be a good one. Like just, well actually no, you probably don't want to go Heavy Armor Magister, but if you wanted to go Heavy Armor Magister, you need 12 Strength. So you might want to do that. Or if you want to make a Dodge Magister, you have to have 15 Agility to get the maximum level Dodge stuff. So you might want to get a Book of Agility. Yeah, books of weapon skill. 12 weapon skill is pretty shit. Having 15 weapon skill would be good. I was thinking about I don't know. I kind of want to take I usually always only use Dark Souls. I was thinking it would be maybe kind of be cool to have a Brethren maybe sometime, but I just don't really like them. But yeah, I guess with them, if you wanted to give him agility to make him a dodge dude, would be good. Yeah, I don't know. What else have we got going on? A possessed. Somebody said a possessed. They can do a possessed toughness build. We have like 20 toughness or whatever, and make him just super tough. It's pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, yeah, it's hard to know at the moment. Like, you need to be like really into your builds and stuff to kind of know what you're trying to go for. I can't think of any books that I specifically really need off the top of my head. Yeah, alertness maybe, so you can do a Doomweaver with, I don't know, actually I don't even know if you want the alertness. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, just wanted to kind of, I don't know, let you know about that aspect, I guess. But yeah, I guess, so what are we getting? If we go with our main one, we get perforation, leadership. Oh, these enchantments, sorry. Books. Book of toughness, leadership, and weapon skill. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I probably would, yeah, that probably is the one I want. The toughness I want, and the weapon skill I want, and maybe even the leadership. So that's actually pretty good. For this particular warband, I think. Intelligence, agility, ballistic skill. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, agility might be good if you want to make some sort of dodge bullshit for your brethren, but I don't know. Fuck brethren. It's not worth wasting books on them anyway. Strength, alertness, and accuracy. Yeah, maybe strength could be kind of cool, just to make a super marauder that hits like a truck. Anyway, okay, so back to our warband. So, yeah, so I'm going to give this guy a point of weapon skill, makes him a bit harder to hit. And yeah, I'm going to give him another point in strength, so he can potentially carry more stuff. Another point in leadership, so he's got less chance of routing. This guy working on that 9 toughness, and don't care about his mental stats. This guy ranked up, so you see his rating's gone up from 69 to 79. So that means that the enemy warband is going to have 10 more rating now, because this guy's got 10 more rating, even without me even spending any points. If I spend all of his points, now his rating's 84, right? So if I want to keep my rating down, normally I don't worry about it just for 10 points, but usually when they get up to like level 3 or something like that, I usually sack them to keep my rating down. But yeah, even there, like, he's already 84 rating, right? So we just fire him. We'll hire a new guy that's 69 rating again. You know, this guy 79 rating. Let's just fire him. Get a new guy that's 69 rating. So yeah, so these guys are just like my suicide troopers. I'm intentionally keeping them low level so that they keep my overall rating down. This guy is actually high enough level now that he can actually get a skill as well. He's got a free skill point, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to spend it on him. I don't like, because if I train him in something, he'll be out for a few days learning the skill and blah blah. There's certain skills that are really good value and cheap and, you know, worthwhile. But yeah, there's not for this guy. I don't want anything for him right now. There's no hired swords yet. Might have to wait a little bit longer for hired swords. All right, let's do another one and see if we get. Oh, let's end the day.
New hired swords are available.
All right. So now we get hired swords. So these guys are all. No, we don't need this. Two. All right. So we got a spawn. It's level 2. So it's got one. It's got one mutation. It's got clawed foot. So it's got extra speed. That's actually pretty cool. It's a pretty cool one. Yeah, maybe let's fuck it. Let's get him, you know. Why not? So we'll hire this this spawn. And when you first get the spawn, because he's level 2, he's going to already have some skills. He's already going to have 2 skill points, so you can get like 1 skill basically. I can't even remember. I haven't played Chaos in so long. I forget like what I like. That's pretty cool. Chaotic advantage. After every dodge stance, parry stance, etc. action, receive a 40% chance to get another offense point. So if we go sidestep and we dodge 3 times, then we get like 3 red pills back. That means that we can do extra counterattacks. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I kind of want that. That's cool. Yeah, we can wait on that. Yeah, attracting lure might be good for him as well. Alright, let's take attracting lure on him, that's cool. Alright, this guy, I want him to have, probably want him to get resilient at some point. Alright, and then, yeah, whenever you hire a hired sword, make sure you spend all their skill points and all of their spell points if they have any, because as soon as you've hired him, you won't be able to get them for free anymore. Cool. All right, we've got a new chaos spawn, and we'll name him Enakinyang. Enakinyang. Can't fit any extra planes in it. But yeah, so you can change their skin. So you have like different colored ones. Oh, that looks cool. Corn one looks really evil. Plague. Lust. Pretty cool skins they've got for some of these. That green one looks pretty scary. All right, let's go for that one. And oh yeah, they have 2 different types of spikes. We can have buboes or spikes. I'll go for the buboes. Chaos. We're going for Chaos Undivided. So having a variety of worshippers of different faiths. Where is he? Which is like this thing, this evil thing. All right, and look. Alright, this guy should be called Drasho the Hungering. The Hungry? The Feasting. The Feaster. Because he likes to eat his foes. Is there a white one? Nice. All right. All right, we'll try. Let's do one more, and we'll see if we can get a harder one. Normal, brutal. There we go. Deadly. Okay. So if it's brutal, I think it's like 15% extra for each level. So hard's like 15% extra damage. Brutal's like 30% extra damage, and deadly's 45%. If I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone remembers. Yeah. So you can see this good amount of wordstone and good amount of loot. Both warbands are scattered randomly, scared by something, so it's deadly, so it's the most dangerous. There's also a chance of demons coming into the neutral demons that will attack both warbands. It's got the worst setup because everyone's scattered randomly around the place. So that'll be utter carnage. Your whole warband will get killed. So that one's a bad one. Don't do that one. This one warband deploys tightly around its wagon. The other one's scattered. So it's not that great. It'd be better if you were both in separate. But that one's a lot better than that one. This one's a poor average, low reward and low XP. So we don't want that one. The more difficult they are, the more XP you get as well. Both warbands divided into 3 strike teams. I don't like 3 strike teams because, especially if they're Skaven, they can all run and gang up on one of your strike teams with all 3 of theirs. So this one itself, so this one's better. Hard, average, poor. Both warbands scattered. Yeah, scattered shit. We don't want scattered. That sucks. Hard, average. One warband is caught exploring the buildings, while the other deploys tightly. That one's probably, it's probably not too bad of a setup. I'd say that these two are about the same in terms of setup for me. I don't really like either of them, but neither of them are too bad. I probably prefer this one slightly in terms of setup, because one's tightly around its wagon, so you know where they are, even if you're the scattered one. But yeah, hopefully it will be the one that's tightly around our warband, and they'll be the one that's scattered. Also, this one's brutal, so that means there's a chance that demons will be in the match. We're going to go launch and deploy, so it'll be random setup.
A ghastly manifestation frightened your warband and scattered them in the ruins.
Yeah, we got the bad
They soon
setup.
recover from their fright, but before the warriors can regroup, an enemy warband arrives and deploys near their wagon.
So at least we know they're going to be deployed all near
A
their
new
wagon.
round has started.
Checking him out, he's like this shadow, the evil shadow. I've never chosen those stubs before. Okay, so we know they're going to be all around here. All the wordstone is in one place. Sometimes the wordstone's scattered, sometimes it's all in one place. This time the wordstone's all in one place, so that's cool. I'm gonna delay. Because this guy's got a lot of destructive potential. Anarchinyang. So I want to run over there. But both of these guys have got more movement than average and more damage potential than average. So I'm going to just delay them both. And hopefully the enemies will like randomly run one of their guys into our range. So I haven't used any blue pill yet, apart from the delay. Berserker. Okay, we spotted one of them. Okay, kind of just want to run over there and start ripping the shit out of them, but so this guy's got clawed feet, so his circle's like huge when he moves. So I can charge him from there, and then I've still got 3 squares left. Yeah, so I might actually delay again. So I brought in a big guy. Shit. Yeah, because I brought in a big guy, they have also brought in a big guy. But yeah, so we want to stay away from him. Ideally, we want them to get wrecked by our big guy and us to never come in contact with their big guy. Unfortunately, he's standing right there, so I'm guessing somebody's going to get wrecked by him. Okay, cool. I think he didn't... Alright, yeah, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm going to come over here. This guy's terrifying. Yeah, the Chaos Spawn is potentially like one of the most damaging. Probably the Rat Ogre is probably the most damaging big guy that you can possibly build. But the Chaos Spawn can get pretty monstrous as well if you get the right mutations. So yeah, I was kind of tempted to go in forward, like go towards them. But like I was saying, it's just generally, if you pull away from them and make them run towards you, it's generally an advantage. Cool. Yeah, so our guys are kind of all scattered all over the joint, so we're trying to back up. Oh yeah, these guys have got ranged. They're gonna have a lot more range than the others. Oh yeah, this one's got exceptional loot in it as well. So it might actually be a good idea to loot some of these boxes. Yeah, it's trash. It's worth gold, but not very, yeah. Obviously I was hoping for a weapon, but... sometimes when you fall over a trap, you get a gift of savagery. Actually gives him 15% extra melee damage. So it'd be pretty good if you hit somebody with that. So yeah, it's sort of cool. Like if you have a big guy, it's weird. It's sort of like I was talking about before about like putting your experience into a few heroes, whereas the AI will spread it over all of their characters. So if you have a big guy, it's even more important. Like you want your big guy to be as the most developed guy in your team, because then you know, you've got the most damage potential basically in that one big guy. Whereas the AI, like if I have a level 10, it'll have a level 10 impressive, level 10 Chaos Spawn, that thing's going to be like a destructive force, you know. Whereas the AI will probably not have a level 10 one. They'll probably spread their points around and only have like level 3 impressive or something. It won't be as scary. So yeah, so one thing you kind of don't want to do is have a leveled up Warband and a level 1 and a level 0 impressive, because that way you're going to have a shitty level 0 impressive and the AI is going to have a higher level impressive. Right, I'm gonna grab
Objectives updated.
I'm gonna grab
Objectives updated.
I'm gonna go 3 wordstone clusters with this guy. Do the tiptoe thing again.
Objectives updated.
And yeah, I'll put him like here, and I might put him in ambush stance. I'll try to get some other guys in front of him so he's not the front line, but yeah, the impressive takes the place of 2 of your other heroes. So yeah, I kind of prefer to have more heroes. More, I feel like then you got more skills, you get to do more stuff. You know, kind of can be more strategic, kind of, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Your mileage may vary. I'm going to delay again. Hopefully, I want to hopefully pull them in. Here we go. Oh. So yeah, we need to get some armbands so we can do heaps of damage. I think having impressive does make the game easier on average. Like every now and again, if you have an impressive, they take an impressive, right? So every now and again, you'll get in a bad situation where their impressive will come and like smash one of some of your weak characters or something. But most of the time, their impressive will like derp out and not even take part in the battle, and you'll basically have a big power advantage. So yeah, so overall, taking an impressive, as long as you're leveling him up, especially if you're leveling him up, is kind of gives you a bit of an extra advantage. And if you if you have like a level 10 impressive, and the rest of your band's low level, then that's going to boost you even more.
Objectives updated. Objectives updated.
I'm just going to put him kind of here, and just set him up so that they can't get heaps of their guys to stack up on my spawn. Like I want my spawn to be free to kill one guy, move to the next guy, kill another guy. You know, I don't want him to get pinned down and sort of stuck.
Objectives updated. Objectives updated.
Yeah, I'm hoping that ogre's just going to derp out and not come over here. It happens a fair bit. Like, if you, yeah, it probably happens like 30% of the time at least that the AI is impressive. Will just not even take part in the battle. It'll just be like derped out the whole time. So yeah, if that happens, then that's good. Good for us.
Objectives updated.
Oh yeah, when you pick up warpstone, there's yeah, you get a warpstone curse.
Objective completed.
Can be pretty bad, can be not that bad. Sometimes you get a bonus instead of a curse. So yeah, you want to loot as much of it as you can early on, but yeah, a lot of the curses last for two or three turns. So yeah, you can like stack up all these penalties and just be like nerfed to shit after you've looted everything. Hey, Wolfsball. Can take direct damage sometimes. So we've got +3 movement range, and we've got +5% melee and ranged resistance. Okay. So yeah, so our warpstone curses are 2 positive bonuses. Look how big my movement range is now, because I've got clawed feet, so that gives me +3 movement range, and then I've got +3 from the warp effect as well. So my movement's like 11 now. Pretty cool. All right, yeah. So I'm not going to charge, and I'm gonna come in this side because I don't want to be too exposed to the enemies that are coming around the corner. So I'm going to try and put our other guys in between me and them. Boom. At the end of the turn, any downed fighters like that, they disappear, and all their weapons and stuff that they're carrying disappear. So if you want to loot them, you got to loot them before the end of the turn. This guy only had white items, so it was not really worth worrying about, but yeah.
A new round has started.
Okay, so there's a dude there, but he's gonna charge. So yeah, I might wait again. What you can do is like, I could set up like here. And delay. And then hopefully they don't. there's an ogre coming behind us. Thresho the Feaster might be going to die here. Okay, so then... so then I could set up this guy to be like... I don't know, just say I'll... Actually, no. So, yeah, so just say we set up this guy like this. No. Like that. Yeah, okay. So what now? So what I want to do is I want to move over the blue line so my blue dot will be created while I'm inside this yellow ring. So that guy can't charge me as long as I'm inside the yellow ring. But if I cross the blue line inside the yellow ring, yeah, and then I move outside. Now I'm outside, but I'm still on top of my blue dot. But then I delay. And now this guy can just walk in. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I don't have enough movement left. Alright, well this guy can't do shit. That's right. He can just hang out. Oh actually, let's cast a spell, fuck it. So, Weapons of Destruction. We'll cast it on this bad boy. Failed. And backlash. We got mind numbed. So I've got -2 movement. And I can't do any more spell casting. +1 OP to shoot and aim, -2 movement range. Yes, this guy got cursed to hell. Yeah, the ogre's stuck on the wall or something. Okay, so if I move, this guy's going to charge me. I'm just going to delay again. Oh, actually, I could have squinched forward a little bit. Okay. So this guy, now this guy's going to do the thing. So he's going to come in here, and then he'll just go like that. So now that guy's engaged, so he can't charge anymore. Yeah, I risked blowing up my spellcaster to try to buff you. To buff the spawn. Right, now we're going to put this guy... just here. So hopefully if the ogre comes around the corner, he's going to kill this guy instead of one of my more valuable guys. Alright, now Anakanyang can come in and destroy this guy. Oh, they don't do much damage. We need to level up more. And get some purple armbands. All right. Finally, got him. Whoosh. Ooh. That was uncalled for. Yeah, they've got a pretty tough. That's a champion hero. They're pretty tough. Big, good tanks and also good damage dealers. All right, let's see how he likes my berserker flavor. Meet Chizax the Reaver. Crunch. Alas.
A new round has started.
If that ogre comes around the corner, he's potentially going to smash my. He's potentially going to smash my our spawn. Nice. Get wrecked, son. No, nothing special. What's mental advancement? Mental advancement means a point that you can spend on either intelligence, leadership, or awareness. Well, see, if he had room to run away, he would have run away, and both of my two guys would have got a free hit on him, which is really nice. But because he was sort of, the wall was sort of in the way of where he would have jumped back, so he didn't get to jump back. Oh shit! This ogre's gonna smash somebody. Oh shit! Dude, that's what impressives is. That's what impressives is supposed to do. Their impressive is better than our impressive. Drasho the Feaster's like, I'm not going to be distracted from my feast. I'm going to kill this archer. Excuse me. Oh shit. Some prick archer somewhere just tagged me. Oh yeah, somebody's got to go out there and kill that prick. Fuck, where did he come from? He's gonna have 3 attacks. Good news though is if we kill this guy, then that will be a big chunk of their leadership gone.
A new round has started.
So this guy's got 64 hit points. This guy's got 76. Nah, I can't get him. Alright. I'm just going to delay. Yeah, I'm just going to get him in here. Fisted, as in Anakiang, this Chaos Spawn. Yeah, he doesn't do too much damage. But once you get him a good weapon, he'll be right. Drasho's dead in first mission. Well, he's down. He might not be wounded. He hopefully he won't be too hurt. Oh, shit. But yeah, now you see what I mean by like people will die, because this is on brutal, so all of their guys do 30% more damage and they have 30% more hit points, which means they're, you know, a lot better than my dudes. Basically, they're a lot tougher and they do a lot more damage. Yeah, this guy can't run away. All he can do is just fight to the death. Nice. Okay, they're now 26/34, so they're like in route territory. Hopefully they route, because I don't want to take any more hits from that fucking ogre. They failed. Alright. We win. So yeah, we got the secondary again. The extra XP, extra loot, all that good stuff.
You have proven yourself worthy of the dark blessings of chaos.
We are worthy.
Each victory you render to the Shadow Lord brings you that much closer to your destiny.
Fantastic.
Now we get to find out if anyone's dead. So we get 2 extra XP this time because we're doing a brutal mission. So hard's worth +1 XP, brutal's +2, and deadly missions give you +3 XP. So you get quite a lot more XP from them, but you do take more damage as well. So like I said, again, it's like if you're investing in all your characters, you're going to take damage, so it's almost going to be not worth it doing the harder missions, because you'll lose more advancement that you gain by your dudes dying all the time. But if you just focus on 1 or 2 guys and be really careful about protecting them. So notice my leader, my hero, and my spawn, none of them died. The other characters, they're just suicide troops. We don't give a shit what happens to them, right?
Fantastic. Remarkable.
Piotr got a full recovery, so even though he got down in the battle, he's still
The
fine.
gods are with you. The gods are with you.
Drasho the Feaster got a concussion. Brutal blow to the head has caused the warrior to suffer concussion, causing it to sometimes be confused in battle. The warrior loses 1 strategy point. So he's now got 1 less blue pill, so he can't move as far, and he can't use as many skills, and etc, etc. So he's basically fucked now. Like, he's crippled, you know? He's permanently shit, and his potential is lower than everybody else. So yeah, but it's basically like, if you lose a strategy point or an offense point, it's basically just instantly sacked as far as I'm concerned. The only time I would keep him is if I was playing a special challenge where, you know, you're not allowed to ever sack anyone. Which is cool, because then you end up with all these like crazy dudes with different injuries and stuff, which gives you a lot more character to your warband. But yeah, I wish they did the injuries a little bit differently, because they're not like, you do get a little bit of a discount. Like, he's down to 64 rating now instead of 69. It's not, but it's only like 5 points of rating, which is like nowhere near worth losing a blue pill over, you know what I mean? So yeah, I wish they kind of made it so the injuries were like more of a good and bad sort of a thing, but yeah, most of the injuries are just straight up bad. Isn't the concussion just for 4 turns? No. So he's out of action completely for 4 days. I can't use him at all, and then once he comes back after 4 days, then he's permanently got 1 less strategy point. So yeah, he's fucked. This guy's got one. This guy's one's actually kind of good, because he's a suicide troop and I don't really want him for anything. His only purpose is to have a low team value. This one's actually good because he lost 1 intelligence point, which I don't really use for anything anyway. Like, he is slightly worse than, because he's got like 1 less intelligence means he's got like 1% less stun resistance, I think. So he's like slightly worse, but hardly at all. And he's cheaper. So that injury kind of made that guy a bit better, but you know, not really. And Narkinyang, the spawn, now level 2. And because we got a decisive victory, we got 4 Warband XP. I think you only get like 1 or 2 normally if you don't get the secondary. Purple luck trinket, you can keep them on you, and if you think you're going to go down, you can use it, and it'll mean you got less chance of getting an injury. Can be good for higher level characters or whatever. Another enchantment, another blue clothing. All right, so we paid for our treatment, paid for other stuff. Now, Drasho the Feaster is going to be regenerated by the power of chaos. Drasho the Feaster lives again. Sorry about the sneeze. Be right back, don't go away. Oh, I have to log off now though, Willspaul. So yeah, so this guy, so he was gonna be out for 4 turns anyway, right? By the power of Bellicor, exactly. He lives again. So yeah, he was gonna be out 4 turns anyway, so he's like, you know, basically gone. Warband. Yeah, this guy's injured. I mean, we may as well keep him, I suppose. It'll save a few golds, but yeah. I mean, yeah, we could keep him, I guess. So you can just, if they get injured, then you just click that button, and then you put them into your reserves. And then if you want to bring a new guy in, you can bring a new guy in. Oh, I accidentally hired a hired sword instead of a fresh guy. This guy's like level 1, which I don't want. But yeah, so yeah, I don't really want this guy. This guy, but he does come with weapons. Sometimes they come with like blue weapons and stuff. fire that guy. And yeah, we'll hire a new rank 0 guy for 12 gold, is not what we want. And this guy will fire him as well. Another 12 gold guy. Alright, cool. So now we're nearly broke though. So you might want to send some more
You are getting noticed.
So yeah, so now I see we get 10% less money for this one. We get plus 5% for these two. So yeah, so you could, I guess, like, you know, what do you call it? Get like a couple of them up like high, and then like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. You can like screw around to try and get more money, but yeah, honestly, I don't really care about that. But yeah, but early on, I mean, you can see we're really broke, so early on it is kind of good to get the money, but yeah. So I think Black Pit for the strength, and yeah, toughness, leadership, and weapon skill. I think those are probably the books I want, although I don't know what I specifically want them for as yet. But yeah, that'll be good.
A new challenge is in sight.
All right, so yeah, so on day 4, I guess it is now, you get your first story mission. So Shadows in the Sanctuary. We've now got a story mission for us to do. So yeah, so we can go in and try that out. I don't have time to do it today, but yeah, I think that was a pretty good little introduction to our to the Divine Host, and yeah, get into it. Actually, I was kind of thinking maybe our divine host, we could have like a white theme. That could be kind of cool. Can we be white? I think there's only like gray is as white as we can be. It was once white, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool. Bit of an armored, heavily armored sort of style. Isn't there like a yellow? That's, yeah, that's pretty cool. 17. Yeah, you like yellow and white. That's kind of cool. Maybe yellow and black. The deadly mission's doable with not much. Yeah, deadly missions, it doesn't matter, like, yeah, it doesn't really matter what, like, the deadly missions just gives them 30% extra damage and 30% extra hit points. Other than that, they're going to be the same as you. So if you've got all white weapons, they'll have all white weapons. If your average level of your warband is level 2, the average level of their warband will be level 2. Everything will be the same, basically mirror image of you, but averaged out. Yeah, so if you have like one dude that's got all purple armor, all purple weapons, and he's level 10, and everyone else is like level 0 with white shit, then they'll have like all of their guys will like be an average of level 2 with like an average of similar level gear spread across all of their characters, you know, sort of thing. So yeah, so you can do deadly starting off, but like as the higher level you get, the easier it sort of becomes, because you're going to be intelligently choosing a good build and good skills and all that kind of stuff, whereas the AI is just going to be like choosing like random skills and stuff. So yeah, you can do deadly straight away if you want, but I'd probably recommend you wait a little while and get the hang of it first. Tight or wide formation good, patrols random, spread bad. Yeah. Hey Wills Paul. Wills Paul just gifted a message about membership. Thank you, man. Is that why you told me to wait around? Yeah, no, I did hang around a little bit. Thanks for that. It's better to launch instead of launch and deploy. If I don't know, it's better to do launch and deploy. Yeah, always do launch and deploy. That's the easiest one. Like once you get the hang of the game, you probably like like I was saying, once you get used to it, you probably want it to be more dangerous and more exciting and more crazy and shit. So that's why I always do launch. But if you're new, especially, always do launch and deploy. Then you can think about where you want your guys to be and stuff like that. All right, what about black and yellow? Wish I could make my arms more yellow. I feel like they're not yellow enough. We'll just be like, yeah, we'll just be like black with yellow pants. That's our vibe. Gotta have the yellow pants. Yeah, you want to kind of keep all you guys together as much as possible. So the ones where they split you into 3 groups are bad. Yeah, when you go into the missions, like keep doing send scouts and send scouts like as many times as you can, basically, and choose the easiest mission or the one that you think is going to have the best setup. Yeah, I'll have to wrap it up here, guys. But yeah, I don't know. If you want to watch some more of my content about it, Salmon, there's a video I did ages ago called like starting a vampire warband from level 0. That one is another like new player kind of one where I started out and kind of explain everything in detail at the start. You kind of skip through for different advice and stuff. But yeah, basically you want to try and choose missions where you're going to be all together. I wouldn't choose deadly straight away. Stick to like hard, or probably, or lower, or just if you're feeling confident, then you can move up a bit. But yeah, also like the more dudes you have, usually the easier it will be. So yeah, like if you can just kind of like level up, like keep playing and getting more guys. Like don't worry, don't invest. The main advice for new players is don't invest emotionally in your characters too much. Like all of the dudes that you've hired so far are just like scum that you're using to level up your warband to the point where later on where you can get better dudes, you know what I mean? And maybe if there's like maybe your leader, maybe one of your heroes, try to protect them and keep the other dudes around. Like, yeah, even if you you don't name your characters at the start, yeah, and like even when you get a second hero, like at the start you'll have like one hero and one lord, right? One hero, one leader. Even when you get a second leader, even when you get a second hero, you might just want to get another, just make it another henchman, like instead, just to keep your overall value of the warband lower, but just keep building up that main character and your main couple of characters and make them really strong. Which warband are you playing, Salmon? If you don't emotionally invest in your guys, you miss out on the feels when they get crippled. Yeah, no, I'm saying later on you get to enjoy that, but I'm saying when you're a new player starting out, like the amount of crushing feels is already satisfactory. It's more about minimizing it. You're playing sisters. Okay, cool. Yeah, sisters are good. So sisters are good. So your starting character, what's the starting hero that you get? Is the starting hero the Sister Superior? I think the starting hero is the Sister Superior for the sisters, which is a fucking good tough character. So yeah, you'll have one Sister Superior and you'll have your matriarch, right? Yeah. So give them both. I usually give them both light armor. Don't give them heavy armor because then they'll be slow and they won't be able to keep up. Give them both light armor and probably give them a shield. Give them both a shield and a one-handed weapon, and they'll be kind of like your tanks, but also your brawlers. You know, also brawlers kind of thing. And then just give everybody else a two-handed weapon. Or give them two one-handed weapons, and don't worry so much about their defense at the start. Just kind of protect your sister and your protect your matriarch and your Sister Superior, and just level up their stats. But don't necessarily spend points on their skills early on. Just put their stat points into like weapon skill, toughness, and strength. And yeah. Later on, there's other builds you can check out one of my sister's streams, and I talk about a lot of builds in there. Probably you can also check out the Mordheim channel in the Discord. There's a bunch of builds in there for different builds and stuff that might give you some ideas, but that's like way later. You don't need to worry about that at the start. But yeah, just try like kind of running away from the enemies and just like. Whenever you first get into a mission, your first mission is to try to get all of your dudes close to each other, like within range of each other, and maybe even move a little bit further away from the enemy warband, so they have to come further to get you. If you just do that one thing, that'll probably make you like so much better in the missions, you know, straight away. But apart from that, yeah, just be careful with your really careful with your movement. Like the exact way you move is really important. Yeah, watch out for doorways and stuff. Be careful with your ambush stance. Don't always ambush every time. Yeah, I don't know. There's like so many different tips, but yeah, stay grouped up, and maybe move away from the enemy, or definitely don't rush towards them. Let them come to you is really powerful. And yeah, just try to figure out how to best like stack up 2-on-1 and everything. And just whenever you activate your leader or your Sister Superior, your two characters that you're trying to level up, just like move another character, like move one of your sisters or your novices past them and put the novice in ambush stance. So if anyone tries to kill your hero, the novice will just fucking charge in and suicide into them. So you know what I mean? So I always keep like 1 or 2 novices as security kind of on the periphery of your little blob of dudes, so that if anyone tries to come in and kill your heroes, then one of your novices will pick them up, and then once it's your turn, you can just stack up on them with all your dudes. Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of how I play with my early game melee warbands. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate you all. And yeah, thanks for all the super chats and everything, by the way, guys. There's lots of generous donations today. Thanks, Jesus, Anaki Nyang, Jared. Welcome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right, I gotta go. I hope you guys all enjoyed this little intro to Mordheim, and I hope you guys enjoyed this return to Mordheim for those veterans out there. But yeah, see you next time.